for his own shot. And tonight, another three. Mo to tie.
He's not afraid of the moment.
Curry answers. Play to Spades to dunk it down. Curry for three. Good! So let the streaks continue. 59-6. No one's ever done that. 48 home wins in a row. No one's ever done that.
What a game Maurice Speights had on Saturday night. 10 of 14 from the floor, 5 of 6 line. He had 25 points. He also had 9 rebounds, 8 defensive. He's blocking shots. He's running. The Wednesday game against Utah, we like to call him Mo Buckets. But he's Mo than just making buckets. We're watching Maurice Speights play St. Lee, and he's doing more than just, that feathery jump shot is beautiful, but he's contributing in other areas now.
We're going to take a look at some things that he did in this last game that the coaches are going to be very pleased with, and also his teammates helping him win.
The St. Estrader, presented by Metro PCS.
Here we go.
You and the halo.
Yeah, looking handsome.
Years
First one, look at him weak side low. Now, his key, the defender, is trying to keep the offensive guy from getting middle. As soon as he spins, that tells Mo Buckets to come across, and then you see Rush go down on his man. So that's a perfect defensive rotation. See it again? As soon as he spins to that right shoulder, that tells Mo to come. Big Mo loves that defense. I love it. Now, check this out. Comfortable bringing it up. Big fella, 6'10", taking a look. Kind of a point forward kind of look. He's dives it to the corner. He gets it back. He's looking for the backdoor cut. Now he's got an explosion in the paint with Harrison. Look at the vision. He has the heck with that. I got a mouse in the house with Budinger, and he takes him down low, bodies him, puts that big booty into him, and just knocks down the jumper. Vintage Mo Buckets. You got to love it. Now there's a post-up look. What you want to look at here, where does the help come from when Livingston has the advantage? Well, now you've got dribble penetration. What I love on this play is you use your inside hip when you're offensive rebounding here, and Mo walked in from the baseline and put his body on the guy. It's a great offensive technique. Now watch him in the pick and pop or roll. Normally he's a pick and pop guy, but he's going to see a little seam here after the penetration by Livingston, and normally he stays for that jumper, but watch him roll to the basket. Nifty pass by Livingston, and he lays it in. So beyond the jump shots, we saw a lot of things that Mo Buckets did the other night. I'm going to share with you, might be one of his best games he's played.
All right, I'm going to get a little carried away here. Festus may come back in a week, 10 days, 2 weeks. And you got a lot of fives now. You got Bogut, you got Anderson Varejao, you got Festivus coming back. And we like Mo as a 5 because he's quicker than 5s. But is he playing quick enough now where you can play him a little bit at 4 minus Andre Iguodala, St. Lee? You
might be into that situation with your rotation. You're looking at your board and saying, you know, well, how many minutes can I get this guy here and then this guy? And you're saying, now I can go over here and play him at that backup 4 spot because sometimes I'm going to put Draymond at the 5. This might work. So he's earning time. When the coaches put minutes up on the boards, that's what he's earning right now because of his quality play.
And he had a fabulous week last week. 16 against Utah, 25 against Phoenix. He would have been the Warriors Player of the Week if it wasn't for the most valuable player. Keeps not only the Warriors Player of the Week, he won the Player of the Week award again. 7th time in his career. You know how many times he's won it this year? 5 times. He is going to win the MVP award this year, St. Lee. He may get every single vote. Unanimous. No one's won the MVP in the NBA unanimously. He's going to get every vote, including, I think, the vote coming from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Steph Curry is the greatest shooter that I've ever seen. You knew I had an opinion on this. And I am having more fun watching him than anybody since Michael Jordan in his peak.
I was going to ask, is he better than Jordan? That's pretty remarkable.
He's not, even Steph wouldn't necessarily say he's better than Jordan yet, but he's, the fact that he's about my size and he's doing what he's doing.
And I think the growth has been tremendous. I can't imagine where he's going to go.
It is, that's a great point. It's rare where you get somebody who's already at the pinnacle and then they take it another notch higher. And he's a wonderful young man.
Thank you to Time Magazine for giving us that, and the great and adorable Misty Copeland there. How do you argue? I mean, it's even sacrilege to go to Michael yet, saintly, but, you know, he's starting to play where he's the most unguardable player here in Kevin and Durant, and certainly from a wing player, probably since Michael Jordan. There's just no way to go get him right now. He creates space with his long-range shooting, and we've seen him just devour the New Orleans Pelicans. Remember the first quarter of the year? First quarter, he went for 24 points in the first quarter.
And they're overplaying him. He goes back door. They're stepping up on the pick and roll. He drives by him. And, oh, by the way, they lose him, and he knocks down the three. You know, he is such a confident player now. He just reads every situation correctly, takes what's given. Love the way he's attacking the basket. There he's got unibrow on him and mismatch.
53
but he just goes up and over him.
I think part of the reason they hired Alvin Gentry, maybe he's got this special sauce to slow down Steph. First quarter, he goes for 24 on opening night. And then their home opener, he's dancing on the floor.
Look at that.
He's just clowning now, Barack. He's clowning now. You can't do that.
You know, they got some good hot sauce down there.
He went for 28 and a quarter. He went for 50-plus there. What's he going to do on his birthday tonight? You think it's a big number?
He's going to give Alvin some hot sauce. There's no doubt about it. You better watch out. You know, you got the Knicks coming in. He might go for 56 tonight and then go 54.
So you're on board with Feldy's proclamation? He's going to double his birthday
I never.
28 to 56.
Never go against Steph Curry.
He could do it tonight. Let's check out I think he'll be in the Warriors starting five. You think he makes it? You don't want to. He'd be a heck of a sniper off the bench, wouldn't he? But I think he'll start. Here's your Honda starting five for the 59-6. What Steph wants for his 28th birthday is the big 6-0. And his 60th victory on the year. So it's Steph and Clay in the backcourt, front line of Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Andrew Bogut. Steve Kerr met the media at 5:45, and Saintly's favorite, Henry Wolford. You're going to like this, Saintly. He had the first question for Steve Kerr.
What are you telling your guys to where you're getting a full 48 minutes out of them, to where they don't relax knowing that they might be able to get away with some mistakes against certain teams?
Well, what we're telling them is that we're preparing for the playoffs. That doesn't matter who we're playing. We're trying to build the right habits that are going to win in the postseason. So, you know, we're harping on that. And from one game to the next, you don't know what to expect. Shots go in, shots don't go in, that kind of stuff. But what you want to see is nobody getting beat on backdoor cuts on the weak side, and nobody, missing a box out, because those are the habits that you have to develop for the playoffs. So that's what we're locked in on. I would hope that with the day off yesterday, our legs will be fresh. And the other thing that should be fresh in our minds is the Phoenix game, where we were really pushed to the limit. So I've said it a million times. It doesn't matter who you're playing in this league. Everybody's loaded with talent, so you better bring it.
Play to the Warriors level, Saintly. Don't play to the opponent's level. Play to the championship level you want to play at.
Steve Kerr has just done a marvelous job. He's got a consistent message with this guy, with this team, and it's not the numbers of wins in his mind, it's the quality of play, and he's trying to get it to its peak as they get ready for these playoffs in April. And I think he's liking, for example, the last couple games, Pop, with the turnovers way down.
Yeah.
I think he likes the ball movement. He's seen spurts of the defense. I think he wants to get that a little more active in terms of deflections and steals and domination on the defensive board to get them out in transition. As individuals, I think they're trying to reach down and get some more out of Harrison. I think that's a big key with Andre out now. And if Mo Buckets can keep this up till Festus comes back, they're going to circle up the wagons. The cavalry's coming, and everything's going to be just fine. But, he makes a great point. This is a team with one of the top 5 players in the league. 3 weeks ago, he went for 60. Yeah. And Holiday's playing really well, and we talked about Anderson. So you got to go out there and use your own measuring stick. Look at your club that way.
Yeah, what a week for Draymond Green. And we'll see how they match up. Bogut may have Anthony Davis a little bit. They may be able to hide him and not cover G. But, Draymond's going to have him for a lot of the game. So he's got the unibrow tonight. He'll guard Carmelo Anthony most of the game on Wednesday without Iguodala. He's got Dirk on Friday. And then he's going to have LaMarcus Aldridge on Saturday. And by the way, Draymond Green is railing his free throws. He was 8 for 10 on Saturday night. He was 9 for 9 from the free throw line on Friday night, Stanley. The three ball's not fallen yet, but he's starting to get that sweet stroke back, and you saw that on Friday night when we were at the arena.
I'm glad he's doing his warm-ups, that he's not hearing you about the guys he's got to guard all week.
He's got a checklist.
Crying out loud. I'm going to tell you what, I see the old Draymond Green, and then you're going to see everything else fall into place, but he's such a key component to getting this win tonight.
All right. Happy birthday, Mr. MVP.
Happy birthday.
It is pie day. Does he get birthday pie or birthday cake? Probably both when he gets home.
There he is.
Look at that. Is he in there at his birthday? Here they come.
There they come.
Season, it took a cold-blooded, baby-faced assassin to sweep New Orleans out of the playoffs on the first step of the Dubs' thrilling championship run. Coming off a monster performance in that series, big things were expected of Anthony Davis and his Pelicans. But it's been an injury-ravaged campaign under first-year head coach Alvin Gentry. Tonight at Oracle, the current MVP and a future MVP face off as the Warriors go for back-to-back 60-win seasons right now. When a year begins, the first thing you want to do is win the division. That has already been accomplished for the Warriors in back-to-back fashion. For Steph Curry, it's his birthday. He's 28. Is this his prime? Can he get even better? On Anthony Davis, already is a three-time All-Star, and he will be an MVP. He presents a huge problem tonight. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett, and what a difference a year makes. This was the 1-8 matchup in the playoffs a year ago. The Pelicans, a bunch of injuries. The Warriors going to be 60-6, going for that tonight.
Well, they're on a terrific homestand right now. And I say, why not win the rest of your 11 home games starting tonight and finish 41-0? We'll worry about the other things.
For the Warriors, even in fourth-quarter situations, they seem to pull out victories. They're deep, they're talented, and this building fuels amazing runs, and that was the case on Saturday night.
You know, the starting five sets the tone. And sometimes when they're off, the bench players realize that it's opportunity for them. That's what it was for Mo Spates. And then, of course, when Stephen Curry came back in, he just simply changed the game in the blink of an eye with his three-point shooting, his delivering, and they played a terrific fourth quarter, and they won it going away.
Every game on this homestand, the Warriors are getting the A game from the opposition. Everyone around the NBA wants to be the team that ends the streak at Oracle. Well, when you have one of the players in the league, that can be a problem. One of the top 5 players in the NBA, Anthony Davis, the skill set, he can control a ball game.
Well, you see what he's doing, ranking in the top 10 in scoring and the blocks and everything that he does. Just 3 weeks ago, he had 59 points against Detroit. Over the last 5 games, he's averaging 30 a night. So when you have a player of his magnitude that can simply carry your team, he's got to be the primary focus for the Warriors tonight initially. Then let everything else take care of itself as you go along.
It will be a team effort, and maybe the most underrated tandem for the Warriors, Bogut and Draymond Green, the 5 and the 4 defensively. They were tested a year ago in the postseason. They'll go big, they'll go small, they'll go deep. They have to stop the unibrow to keep the streak alive. Pelicans and Warriors coming your way. Greg and Saint back in the studio right after this.
All right, welcome back in studio one final time before tip-off. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean. What are you watching for tonight, Saint?
You know, Pop, a big part of defense is your ability to control the backboard, the defensive backboard. That'll get them out in transition. It's a big part of the Warrior game. Keep a close eye of Draymond and Bogue's numbers and get those guards to come back and get some boards. Steph and Clay.
All right, Steph's going to play on his 28th birthday tonight. Anthony Davis of the New Orleans Pelicans celebrated his 23rd birthday on Friday. Number 23 is only 23 years of age. Saw him in the playoffs last year, 2 of the best players in the NBA. Sorry, Unibrow, got to get up one more shot from the right corner. We'll see at halftime. Oh, he missed it. That's not a good sign.
First miss in a year.
All right.
It's time for tip-off. Here's Spitz and JB.
The MVP on the birthday evening, taking on New Orleans inside Oracle with the final meeting between the Pelicans and the Warriors, and Anthony Davis at 24 and 10 and 2 blocks. As Jim said at the top of the telecast, that 59 and 20 game, a dangerous, dangerous front court player that will require a team effort defensively to deal with tonight. Our Xfinity starting lineups. First, for the Warriors, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Andrew Bogut. For New Orleans, Drew Holiday, Tony Douglas, Alonzo G, Dante Cunningham, and Anthony Davis. For a Pelican squad suiting up, 10 healthy bodies tonight for Alvin Gentry. And a team beset by injuries. But for the Warriors, it doesn't matter. They can go 60 and 6. Win their 49th consecutive game at home and continue the 2 record-setting NBA streaks. Gary Zielinski to throw it up. Bogut and Anthony Davis to jump it up. Well, the former Warrior, Tony Douglas, going to take a turn on Steph Curry. Tony Brothers, Kevin Scott, Gary Zielinski to blow the whistles tonight. Draymond working on Drew Holiday and putting it up and in. Jim, New Orleans almost opened in his zone. Anthony Davis had passed off and was guarding Klay Thompson for a second. That allowed Draymond to have the point guard down in the box.
Well, Alvin Gentry wants them to be physical tonight.
Alonzo G misfiring.
And you can see they're physical right at the outset.
Loose ball foul. That's one of our friends. He's got that Warrior championship ring. One of the great offensive minds in the NBA. Good to see Alvin Gentry again. Darren Erman, another Warrior assistant, is on his staff.
Oh, that's a lazy, lazy pass, and finally it was recognized.
Alonzo G got an easy one.
Amadou can score. He's been on limited minutes this year.
Shot clock at 7. Anthony Davis can handle and can rise, but Harrison Barnes got a piece of that.
He certainly did. Harrison can play defense. There's no question about Harrison. He's strong. He can jump.
Steph Curry is firing on the 3, and Draymond was undercut by Tony Douglas. That'll be a New Orleans rebounding foul.
Well, Steph Curry was open because they're overplaying. Tony Douglas took a chance, tried to get a steal there, so look for some backdoor situations, back cuts early in this game for the Warriors offense. They're switching everything, by the way. They're switching every play.
Bogut missing that hook, but you saw it. Anthony Davis switched out on Klay. The Warriors may have to go to their post players here. Holiday missing, Bogut the rebound. I mean, Alvin Gentry knows the Warrior offense inside and out. It's whether or not he has the personnel to stop it. Klay Thompson, he misfires on a 3. Deflected.
It's a tough cover for Andrew Bogut. He has to stand out there, and he did on that one.
Davis misfiring.
He can't just lay back in the lane because Davis can shoot it.
Tony Douglas has always been a pretty good defender.
Yes, that's...
But as you say with the switching, Jim, and right now you see it again. Bogut had Douglas on him. Alonzo G knocking it away.
Here's the thing. If Andrew has a small man on him, he's got to take advantage of that. So he may be encouraged to play a little more offense earlier in this game.
They're playing, it looks like Jerry Tarkanian's old amoeba zone defense, where you just hang in there and just keep passing guys off.
They're that's exactly what they're doing. They're switching 1 through 5. And overplaying everything.
Yep. Yeah, the amoeba zone, you kind of stay in an area, and no matter which offensive player comes near you, just pass them off to the next guy. A little different.
And result is almost like a zone.
Yep.
Cunningham not letting Curry run.
Clay and Steph have missed their first 3 threes.
Well, they've made the Warriors stagnant on offense already.
Holiday, Bogut did not foul. Anthony Davis soaring in. They list him at 6'10", 253, but the wingspan is over 7'4".
Half-court offense is a struggle right now.
See all the switching. And Clay curling it out.
That's a play right there where Bogut has to roll to the basket. He may have gotten a dunk on the play.
Holiday sneaking inside.
Well, the Warriors have to, if they're going to get loose at the offensive end, they got to start playing defense and running and open it up that way. You pass here and cut and just normal, and they play right into their hands.
Draymond having it knocked away. Look for the trailer. Steph was ready. Warriors with numbers. And Bogut inside. They'll flip it in and draw the foul.
Andrew thought about it, hesitated for a moment, and Steph Curry did not throw the ball to him for him to make another pass. Nice steal anticipation from Steph Curry. A no-look to Andrew. Had to wait for it a little behind him on the hip and finish the play. That's what he needs to do here. In those situations, every time.
He did not get that free throw up in the air at all.
Well, let's chalk it up to first quarter nerves of that one. He's been shooting well.
Davis on the Draymond post-up. Shoots over him and rattles it home.
Well, they've got a game plan. They're executing. New Orleans does.
It's kind of fun to watch them play defense. You just don't see the switches 1 through 5. Anytime the Warriors screen, they just slip and take the next guy. Doing it very effectively. Douglas missing that 3. Draymond with the rebound.
And they make a concerted effort to get back on defense.
Post up Clay. Harrison wing jumper is perfect.
Did a nice job just drifting off away from the ball. Kind of got hidden over there. Bogut saying, don't switch. Get over there and defend him, Clay.
Shot clock at 4. Bogut left his feet. Douglas smartly drawing the foul.
Slow start.
First personal, first team foul.
Tony Douglas, his brother Harry, longtime NFL receiver.
2 shots.
Out of Florida State, year 7. And spent time with the Warriors. Best years in Miami. Remember, tonight's game and all Warrior games at CSN are streamed live with the NBC Sports Live Extra app on your mobile phone or tablet. Stream the Warriors on the go. Steve Kerr's going to use a timeout in between free throws. So New Orleans, an intriguing defense, stifle the Warriors early on.
What? Above and beyond. I'm Klay Thompson, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champ.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors trail the Pelicans by 1. Today is Stephen Curry's 28th birthday, and he said he's using the opportunity to reflect on how to be a better person and a better basketball player. Well, many already consider Steph to be the best player in the world, but Steph is constantly seeking extra edge. He told me he checks the league's leading scorer stats 1 time a week. He's curious about what other players are doing, and another stat he keeps tabs on is assist-to-turnover ratio. It's a stat that he joked he's built up some animosity for, but it's motivating him to protect the ball in games. So one thing's for certain, Steph is not satisfied.
At 28, I was joking with him pregame, Jim. He's entered his prime. Everything he's done before this doesn't count. Now between 28 and 31, these are your prime years. Let's really see something out of Steph Curry.
Well, he never remains the same. He has a work ethic like I've never seen. What a play. I love it. That's called out of the timeout. In between those free throws, you stum up, you're not going to set the screen, all of a sudden you roll to the basket. Beautifully done.
Yeah, they figured the bigs are switching out on the guards. But run Harrison in on Tony Douglas, let him dunk on him. Holiday jumper is perfect. See Anthony Davis switch out on Steph. That means Harrison can get on the offensive glass. That rebound takes a Pelican bounce, though. And AD unable to lay it in. Alonzo G, though, followed the play.
No Warrior followed the play. It caught him.
They're getting Harrison with Douglas guarding him on every possession. And that could be the matchup the Warriors go to. And right now, Draymond has Drew Holiday. They're inverted on all these switches. Clay will rim it in. His first field goal.
Warriors had a nice counter with that Harrison Barnes play. Drawn up beautifully.
And help play with Anthony Davis. He checked to see if the double was coming. We'll just score right over it.
As soon as he saw that double team, he didn't want to test it.
Substitution. We're going to say check in the game. First time tonight, number 5.
Barbosa and Spades checking in.
Let's watch it here. Stop it. Because they know they're switching, so they're thinking switch out. Harrison's going to come up like he's setting a screen. He's going to dive, and this is what happens. So, no time to react to it. That's how you beat a switch, an automatic switch. Did the same thing with Spades.
Yep. No, Steve Kerr saw the counter, just what you said, called it out of the timeout, and that's going to be the Warrior answer. As you want to keep putting guards on our bigs, we'll figure it out. It's an interesting gambit by New Orleans and pretty smart.
Well, it makes them more aggressive. And it makes the Warriors do some extra things with the ball and with their personnel.
And now, Harrison dunk, Mo shooting over people.
What a great substitution to bring in someone who's just going to turn around and take a jump shot and can knock him down. They knew Bogut wasn't going to do that for them.
Spades knocking that away. But then the re-steal. Holiday had the quick hands.
He dribbled into a nest there.
And pulls out on Luke Babbitt. He drove and laid it in there, but he is a good catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. That is his game.
Number 16 pick 5 years ago out of Minnesota, but traded to Portland. That's where he spent his first 3 years. He can shoot.
Barbosa rattling home the three. Alvin Gentry's going to use a timeout. So both teams at 50% or better from the field. But for the Pelicans, first 8 minutes, they've been more than competitive. And I'd say Alvin Gentry knows a little bit about the Warriors. Warrior basketball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires service straight up. Big O Tires, the team you trust. At Oracle, Bob, Jim, and Roz with the Pelicans lead at 1 with 4:18 remaining in the first. Our forward right choice, Jimmy, 59-20. Well, Anthony Davis did that. He was the youngest to do it. Shaq did it once. Elgin did it twice. And Wilt did it 33 times.
Well, he's an anomaly. You got to forget that first one. Just cross him off, you know.
But 59-20. And Anthony Davis had 2 threes in that game against Andre Drummond. Otherwise, it was work from the mid-range and the low block.
I know the year that Elgin did that. Must have been the year he averaged 38 and 19. 6'5", 6'6" player, averaged 19 rebounds a game, did Elgin.
Steph was called for a foul off the ball.
And a good Good timeout from Alvin Gentry before the Warriors come out and get it going. He stops any kind of momentum.
Orlando Johnson checking in. He had only played 5 games total. Third-year player out of Santa Barbara. 6th pick in the second round back in 2012.
Yeah, he went 1 year to Loyola Marymount, then transferred, had to sit out, so it was 5 years in college. And like Tony Douglas, by the way, who went to Auburn for a year before he went to Florida State.
Holiday, very skilled.
Yes, he is.
He gapped Spades and then flipped it in with the left hand.
All-star in Philadelphia.
Yep.
Playing for Doug Collins.
He's had that kind of abdominal injury and then the stress fracture. And Steph Curry flipping that up and in.
He has a terrific knack of getting rid of the ball before the defense can react from the weak side. Soft touch, very high skill level.
Orlando Johnson right off the bench, right into the bucket.
Second rounder by Sacramento, by the way. But never played. Well, did his second year a little bit. Went to Indiana for a year and a half.
And this is all because the Warrior bigs post up New Orleans guards. Because both coaches are daring the Warriors to do that. And Draymond's called for the travel before the foul.
Steph goes away from that screen. They were going to jump switch with Babbitt. And there again, you've got a great shot blocker, 2 a game, but he has no chance to get to the ball when you release it like that. But not many people can release it like that off the top of the glass and get it in the basket with any kind of regularity. For Steph, it's a normal layup.
Anthony Davis tracking down that long rebound. John Livingston's first playing time for the Warriors. Draymond read that beautifully, contested that shot. Steph Curry hitting the 3, and now he and Clay have set a new record. Combined the most threes by teammates in NBA history, breaking their own record.
I like the assist from Mo Speights, though. He saw that play developing. He wasn't thinking about shooting himself.
Anthony Davis has that look in his eye, Jim. He's already got 8. He's hit the mid-range jumpers relentlessly. The Warriors, beautiful ball movement there.
We're going to illustrate that if we get a chance, because they did the same thing. They jump switch, and Draymond Green just made a direct cut to the hoop there. Almost like Harrison Barnes, only the ball came from the strong side to weak. Beautifully done.
Davis, another runner. Credit Draymond for keeping that alive for Sean. Livingston, the mid-range.
He seemingly can get that any time that he wants. And it just goes down with regularity.
Holiday with the left hand. Draymond tipping to Steph. Curry on the push. Curry on the crossover. Curry to the rim. 7 already for Stephen Curry. Draymond, that's the 5-4 defense helping. And Orlando Johnson on the re-steal.
Yeah, Davis got a piece of it. I tell you, I love the way Davis plays offensively. He's like a guard. One dribble from out by the three-point line, and he's to the rim.
That's because he was a guard in high school until he grew 7 inches.
He understands efficiency.
Babbitt left alone. The Warriors fortunate.
Yeah, Babbitt can shoot it there. He loves that. 3.
Barbosa attacking.
Game's loosening up a little bit here.
And Speights following his own shot. Following again. And then Davis took it away from him. Livingston will stop the break. Gotta love Mo's effort there. Just couldn't get it over iron.
First team foul inside the last 2 minutes. Substitution for Pelicans.
Beats Orlando Johnson. A little crossover.
Check into the game first time.
He saw the opening, made that move to the left, came back strongly to the right. Yeah, Mo thought this was in, and so did everybody else. He fought for it, and then it's just eaten alive by Anthony Davis from behind.
Ryan Anderson, the Cal product, an excellent outside shooter, and very good offensive rebounder for a forward. He can be their Mo Speights. Anderson comes in, and if he gets hot, you're in trouble.
He's made 124 threes this year, most on the team.
About a 4-second game shot clock difference ending this first quarter. Steph, the ball handling, the lefty finish.
He is truly a wizard.
You know about his three-point shooting, but unless you watch him every night, the handle with either hand, the finish is inside.
His left is just as good as his right now.
Douglas a runner to end the quarter, and that will do it. An 8-2 Warrior run. Curry had just 1 3, but amazing finishes inside. The Warriors shoot it at 57%, and the 4-point lead after the first 12 minutes.
HD.
Get lucky.
I'm Draymond Green, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champs.
Beginning the second quarter with the Warriors up 4. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Roz Gold on Wood-A with you. Anthony Davis does have 8, but the Warriors have collectively hounded him into 4 of 10 shooting. Orleans, though, forcing 6 Warrior turnovers. That switching was definitely odd to begin the game. Orlando Johnson, Ryan Anderson, Luke Babbitt with Dante Cunningham and Tony Douglas. So Anthony Davis sits, and the Pelicans are small. Spades, Harrison Barnes, Barbosa, Brandon Rush, and Sean Livingston for the Warriors. Orlando Johnson with a couple jumpers here to begin the ballgame. That one a 3. That's a guy playing for a job, Jim.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
We have all the injuries New Orleans has had. Dell Demps, their GM, is here.
Pretty good second-round pick. And this is a vital year for him, number 3.
Brandon Rush off iron. Spades touched it last. Made Babbitt put it on the floor. And it's just great defense. Know your opponent, know what he's best at, and make him do something he's uncomfortable with. Spades has Douglas if they can get it to him. And defensive 3-second violation. They had gone into a full zone there. And off the ball, they get Orlando Johnson not guarding anyone.
Defensive 3-second violation resulting in a technical.
1.
I'm getting a kick out of Darren Erman and Alvin Gentry. Getting about as exotic as you can, given their roster and given playing the Warriors.
Yeah, they've come up with a couple of schemes there tonight.
They really have.
And they're communicating constantly on that bench.
They keep getting the Spades-Douglas matchup. If they can get him the ball.
They made it very tough there. Douglas keeps fronting. He keeps stunting. Goes to the side, goes to the front. He's a tough customer. Douglas, remember, first 3 years he played was in New York.
Yep.
And he was all about defense.
It's the 7th Warrior turnover. Slipping down, having it knocked away. Brandon comes up with it. Barbosa to the baseline. I thought you're supposed to get slower when you get older.
He's very clever. He's a nice stop-and-go reaction to him off the dribble.
Just saw Anderson. He gets on the offensive glass. Couldn't follow that one in. You got to box him out.
He doesn't want to screen. He just wants to go here.
Deflected right back to Leandro.
Looked like a drill.
Brandon with a crossover in the finish. Continue the resurrection of Brandon Rush.
Well, he'll burn you if you let him go to the right. He can finish that one.
Beautiful pump fake. Ryan Anderson to the line.
Barbosa loves the baseline. And he just has to get someone in a little bit of a extension out there, and a bigger man especially is going to take him off the dribble. Here he is, crossover, and comes back to his strong right. Beautiful quick release. So Babbitt could not even attempt to block it.
On Barbosa, I watch him and I hear you say, make that dribble work for you. Watch him push the ball ahead with those long strides, and that's how he beats guys.
He's one of the best in the league off the dribble. You know, people talk about triple threat position, and you utilize that, obviously. Stephen Curry does it both ways. He's great on the dribble, we know, but he understands triple threat. So does Clay. But Barbosa off the dribble, when he has a bigger man on him, he doesn't want the jump shot. He wants to get to the rim.
Yep. And he gets low, and he extends, and he
can finish.
By the guy, yeah.
And he can finish.
So the free throw split.
But New Orleans is more than in this game.
Varejao back in for the first time here. He subs in. And Anderson, the post-up, the field goal, the foul. Steve Kerr says, who wants to work on guards down in the weight room tonight?
So it goes right at Orlando Johnson. I didn't see the foul. They called it on number 0, Johnson. Maybe he reached down with that left arm of his. But you pay the price. If you're going to switch like that, make them pay the price.
I love that. Our friend Mark Zumoff, who does the Sixer games, he says, take him down into the weight room. Do some work on him there. Love you, Mark. Keep doing a great job. Kendrick Perkins inside. Livingston, you see Douglas, he's strong. Jim had talked about it. But if they move the ball, they'll get what they want inside.
Yeah, when you get the double team, try to find the open man. Especially if he comes from under the basket, that man's going to have a dunk or a layup.
Tony Douglas.
He's kicked around a little bit.
He went to China.
I was going to say he had to fight for his life to be back in the league.
Steve Kerr going to use the timeout. Good news is that the Warriors are shooting 61%, but New Orleans is within 5, and they're making the Warriors really move the ball.
The right.
Warrior lead at 5 with 8:29 remaining in the first half. Our Taco Bell Liv Moss hysteria moment. Mo Spades had everyone in Oracle in hysteria. Hitting shots from everywhere, getting the crowd involved, leading the Warriors back from down 9 in the 4th. Mo buckets had it rolling against Phoenix.
Better than a point a minute.
Our Geico Advanced Analytics. You got to go back to 1981 since a guy had 25 or more, 9 rebounds or more in under 20 minutes. That is some kind of productivity.
That stat amazes me that it hasn't been done. Tells you how dominant he was in those two facets of the game, scoring and rebounding.
Play a little miscommunication with Anderson there.
You're right, the rebounds is what did it.
Yeah, the 25 and 9 in under 20 minutes. I mean, 9 boards in 18 minutes. You're getting a board every 2 minutes. That's outstanding. Babbitt will draw the foul. That's before the shot. Livingston pick up a second.
I like Luke a lot. Very personable, but Luke, you dribbled the ball, and the ball was he lost the count there. Nice kid. Hard to believe it's 6 years now in the league.
Well, they're going to say now that they're going to count that shot. It was. We've seen,
and he didn't even go to law school.
It's very odd continuations or no continuations during the year.
I mean, when he retires, he's very persuasive.
Perkins rebound the missed free throw. Could have been a 4-point trip, but Varejao the rebound. Brandon Rush hitting a 3.
It's nice when you can depend on him. And he's been so good this year that they do depend on him. They've got confidence, and why not?
Ryan Anderson inside, and he will get to the line. Anderson will be a free agent in the offseason. And you think of a bench player that can hit a three, put the ball on the deck, is a shockingly good offensive rebounder for a perimeter three-point player.
What I like about him this year is he's getting to the free throw line, as evidenced tonight. This will be free throws 3 and 4. He's attempted over 200 free throws.
Well, the game in New Orleans where the Warriors came down from 20, game 3 of the playoff series. Remember the game Ryan Anderson had?
Oh, yes, I do.
He was a reason that New Orleans had the 20-point lead. 3 days left until March 17th. To renew your season tickets and secure your playoff tickets before anyone else, renew at heartofthewarriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP. Representatives ready to help you tonight.
2 years at Cal for Ryan Anderson. Every time I look at him, I think of that tragedy with his fiance.
Oh, awful. He's still very close to her family.
Yes.
The hands of Klay Thompson. Warriors turning it over. 9 turnovers in the first half. They've been playing games with only 8 for the whole game.
Yeah, the coaching staff likes 14 or under. That's a nice move again to the rim, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. And at 87% as a free throw shooter, he's already missed his allotment for tonight. He's missed one. He's 3 of 4.
And that's what Steve Kerr is going to tell the squad. Guys, we're shooting 62%, but we have very little separation because we've had 9 empty possessions.
Shooting after the Pelicans substitution. 15, Alonzo G.
Pelicans, they're really playing a lot like the Suns. Hang around, hang around, hang around. And that's what the Warriors have seen on this homestand. Orlando did that too.
Well, you hang around and look what Brandon Knight did in that third and fourth quarter. Exploded, made 7 threes. And that's the thing. We talked about Anthony Davis. Well, how about that? Anderson missed another free throw, and they didn't take advantage.
And another foul.
They did not secure the rebound. Now, this makes it dangerous because we talked about before the game, Anthony Davis can solely take over a game and keep them in contention.
Are you kidding? Alvin Gentry said, I rested my guy for 5 minutes.
And we gained.
And if Douglas hits 2 free throws, it's a tie ball game. It could not have worked out any better for New Orleans. And for Steve Kerr, he's going to say, guys, we had 44 free throw or turnovers over 2 games. Then 8-8. Took really good care of the ball. Now there's already 9 in the first half. And there's 7 minutes left to go in the half. Second chance points are a problem. Turnovers have been a problem. Shooting has been a problem.
It took them a few possessions to get used to the kind of defense and the switching they were doing. They turned the ball over very early in the game.
So for the Pelicans, it's a 10-3 run, and Davis checks in. Curry off iron. Draymond smartly tapping it away. They're pounding Steph and Klay. They're daring other Warriors to beat them. And the Warriors, as a post-up team, have just been out of kilter.
They do this a lot in the NBA, post-ups. It used to be traditional, the way you go to the side that he's on and enter there. And now they throw it any angle. They throw it across court to try to get a post-up. And when it goes that long, the defender from the weak side has time to recover. And that resulted in a bad turnover. That's a foul.
Davis to the line. He's very difficult to cover because he's got the ball handling, he's got the footwork, he's got the length. Davis to shoot 2, and we check in with Roz.
Guys, to your point, Anthony Davis is very difficult to cover. And in one of the timeouts, Draymond Green was saying to his teammates, he said, sit in the paint. If he hits a 3, clap for him. Tell him congratulations. But stay in the paint all game. He's going to cut right to you.
I think that Draymond, Bogut, Bergeau, Spates, a lot of guys are going to take a turn on Anthony Davis tonight.
Yeah, he takes the 3 just 10% of the time. He's made 34 this year. It's 33%, just a little under. Not bad, but it's the lesser of evils. I agree with Ross.
Also, too, if you lure him into threes, he's not near the offensive glass. Klay Thompson couldn't get an angle to reverse that. Steph kept it alive. And that ball hit the rim, and there was no reset of the shot clock. So Gary Zielinski wants that adjusted. So 20 to shoot, still Warrior ball. To the line.
Smart play.
Davis bailing out, but committed the foul.
Again, they're thinking about Thompson, so he comes up. He rolls away from the hoop. And then the defender is behind Varejao.
Yeah,
Alonzo G.
And they gave that foul to Alonzo G. Because Davis was jumping out of the way, and Varejao was jumping into him.
Well, they've read that switching pretty well at different times tonight. Gotten layups out of it at least 3 times, maybe 4.
Varejao hit both free throws. Andy's got 7 off the bench. The Warrior reserve kind of stepping into the forefront without Iguodala.
So they stayed down.
Alonzo G took it right to Draymond Green. That doesn't work. Not against one of the premier defenders in the league. Brandon Rush missing that 3, and Davis the rebound. Davis missing short.
Let's see if he runs him into traffic.
Out of bounds, still Warrior ball.
There's out. He knows he can kick himself there. He did not need to pass the ball. He didn't need to fake. Just catch and go up on a smaller man.
Tied at 42. Even at 42 with 5.5 remaining in the first half. Our AT&T U-verse Rewind. One of the more enjoyable games we've ever done. Down 20 on the road in the playoffs. Steph Curry with the 3 to send it to overtime. The Warriors would come back and win that game. Seth and Dell had fun with it. And the legend of Stephen Curry continues.
Changed the whole series on that. I mean, all of a sudden, game 4, and you're at home, New Orleans, and they're down 0-3.
Yeah, you don't recover from a gut punch like that. Blowing a 20-point lead.
Should have never gone to overtime.
No,
he was fouled on the
foul on that.
Could have been a 4-point play. I just remember they had a chance to foul Speights.
Yep.
And they did not do it. And he handed it off to Stephen, and it's history.
James Michael McAdoo's first playing time. And they run a play for him right away.
Well, it's the same thing. They're switching on the out-of-bounds play, and he just keeps his man on his hip. We've got to show you that again, how they do that.
Ryan Anderson, long rebound. Curry snatches it. Klay Thompson running and getting to the iron. Davis and Anderson, Babbitt, Alonzo G and Holiday. Klay made sure Babbitt couldn't shoot that 3. Draymond made sure he couldn't shoot at all. Holiday misfiring. Good Warrior defense.
Yes, by a couple of individuals.
Draymond 100 miles an hour. Dangerous pass. And Harrison Barnes with the takedown by Anthony Davis.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's look at this out-of-bounds play. Okay, Thompson comes off. See, and they switch. So therefore, McAdoo says, I've got Drew Holiday. I'm just going to keep him on my backside. They're just rubbing into their nose on those switches every time and burning them with sensibility.
Good credit to Harrison for the patience, Jim. He waited for that, and then McAdoo flash. Harrison wasn't anxious to inbound the ball right away. Smart.
No, they knew what was going to develop, or at least they had a good idea. And McAdoo pinned him.
And Harrison has been perfect tonight. 3 of 3 from the field, made his first free throw.
I thought he could have gone all the way there, but he knew that that was Davis trailing him, who can block shots. So he went for the pump fake and got himself 2 free throws.
So Steph's got 9. Harrison Barnes has 8. That's a really good sign. Get him back into his offensive rhythm. Now Gentry's going to use a timeout. So the Warriors are led by as many as 7. It's 6 right now with 4:37 remaining in the first half. Pelicans have been game. The world champs are figuring out ways to solve them.
$199 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I'm Andre Iguodala, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the NBA champs.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena. Warriors up 6 on the Pelicans. I'm alongside Kirk Lacob, assistant GM. And Kirk, recently the Warriors were just awarded Best Analytics Organization by the MIT Sloan Sports Analytic Conference. Congratulations. I know you lead the charge. What are some ways the Warriors are being innovative with how they use analytics for basketball?
Well, I think the reality is we don't have all these proprietary technologies that no one else has, but we use things in an effective, efficient manner, and that really goes down to our basketball analytics coordinator, Sammy Gelfand, does an unbelievable job communicating the data appropriately to the coaches in the front office.
How smoothly does the communication work between analytics, Sammy Gelfand, and the coaching staff? How open are they to hear these numbers and have it maybe confirm or maybe say no to some of their beliefs?
It's great. The best possible thing you know is what is the question that you want answered. Once we have that, we can come up with any sort of data, and Sammy does a phenomenal job making that really smooth. He knows each coach in and out, every player in and out, knows how they take in information most effectively, and he's able to deliver it.
Has the coaching staff ever asked you guys for something specific?
All the time. Every game. Sammy does reports pre and post game, so it's something else. Depends who the coach is, too. We've got some who are, pretty special in their own right.
All right, thanks, Kirk. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Guys?
Ryan Anderson missing that 3. I'll give you a good example and how the analytics help. Is it most Bates has started to shoot 3s.
Yes.
A 21.5 or 22-footer versus just stepping back to 23.9 where you get the extra point. The coaches have encouraged Mo, hey, don't settle for a 22, make it a 3.
He's done a great job this year.
Raymond ripping that out.
Space has made 13. Didn't he make something like 9 his previous years?
Yeah, I mean, but it's take that 3. For Steph Curry, he's taking more 3s than ever, and he's driving more than ever because the least efficient shot is the mid-range 19-20-footer. Steph is such a great three-point shooter. Take all you can eat, as many as you'd want.
It's like, now we've seen Stephen Curry go to the basket a couple times tonight, right? He drives to the hoop now 5 times a game.
Yep.
Okay? A little more than he used to. Fewer 2-point shots, many more 3s. We showed you those analytics, that graph last game. And, Damian Lillard, his counterpart for Portland, drives to the basket a little over 6 times a game. Yep. He likes to get inside, mix it up a little bit more. But the great players have to have both outside and inside games.
And what Steve Kerr will ask Sammy Gelfand to do, and Kirk and the guys, is, okay, which combinations might be working better, plus, minus?
Yep.
And Steve uses his eyes as well as the numbers. And sometimes the numbers will show something to look for or something. He'll say, no, I like this combination together for a reason. And it's just a real nice synergy.
And things change game to game because momentum can come here. So that's why you have a coach.
Beautiful assist. Curry finding McAdoo on the dive cut.
Everybody else stayed wide. They had plenty of time to set that up. Steph saw it, develop.
McAdoo challenging Davis, but a foul in the process.
He did a pretty good job of getting that ball. Tough not to foul. Watch a little 2-man game here. He just slips again the screen and the double team inside. McAdoo never lost sight of the ball. And Stephen Curry never lost sight of McAdoo. They can pay a penalty when they double team. And they jump switch. You know, the Warriors have done a beautiful job of that tonight. You know, the difference in the game there, because it's close, is the turnovers.
Yeah.
If they hadn't eliminated that, they're doing just fine with all the switching and all the little stunts that New Orleans has performed.
They're shooting 58%.
Yeah.
You know, New Orleans has forced the 10 turnovers, and they're running the Warriors off the three-point line. They're only 3 of 9 on threes. Davis erasing that layup. He is a special player, Anthony Davis. Dante Cunningham rattling out the 3. Curry rebound in motion. Draymond trail 3.
Deep one.
Davis has been guarded by Bogut, Varejao, Spates, Draymond, and McAdoo, and Harrison.
Well, they made a switch there, and via the switch, Davis was able to gain about 3 feet on Harrison.
Curry 3 feet beyond the three-point line.
That's 2 long threes in a row.
Yeah, 2 quick long threes. When you've been able to get inside repeatedly with 32 points in the paint. Bailing New Orleans out a little bit. Cunningham on the cut. Draymond the defense and the rebound. They may move the ball around this trip down, Jim.
Yeah, they don't need to settle for a quick, long 3.
Klay Thompson over Davis.
Well, he saw him start to make that little switch again. And McAdoo took his man out of there, and Davis was the one left, so he quick shot him.
Screen roll with Holiday and Anthony Davis. That's to get Davis on Barnes. Not on McAdoo or Draymond. Draymond's lurking to help. And that 3-second violation. If he's going to come double, it's fine. But when he gets caught in the middle, the officials are able to spot it. And Draymond was really close. He'd almost come over to double team. He got caught in the middle.
I think that's one of the most innovative rules. I like the 3-second defensive violation rule. Very, 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 very much.
It's a rule that promotes spacing.
Yep.
And you wouldn't want the great players constantly double teamed all the time, and you wouldn't want players lurking in the lane and having the college zone. It wouldn't be as fun.
Opens it up a little bit.
Technical free throw missed. Holiday 3.
Okay, a team that's 17 games under 500. Playing better than their record tonight.
Yeah, they're 1 of 10 on threes. They start hitting there, the Warriors are going to have an issue.
There's the switch.
Steph on the crossover. Steph down the lane. Lay it up and in. And draw the foul.
You'll watch how low he gets to the ground here when he's crossing over. He's crossing over Davis. Watch him lean, come down, hesitation. He's got to come out on him. He's threatening the 3. That's where Davis got him leaning. He just sees all the little nuances that a defender proposes. Then takes advantage.
I love that the replay began with the ball handling. A lot of kids want to shoot threes like Steph, and that's terrific. Learn how to handle the ball with either hand.
Yep, it's all part of the skill set. Sets everything up.
Warriors' biggest lead is right now, equaling it at 7. Harrison knocking it away. Harrison in foot race. Harrison Barnes to the rim to lay it up and out. McAdoo cleans it out. Douglas, that's a quick 3. The Warriors will yield that.
They love that one, and now the Warriors trade 2 for 1 here.
Draymond on AD.
He got a little bit of an angle, then he bumped him so he couldn't get off to block.
Alvin Gentry knows he got to stop it.
Great play by Harrison. He didn't finish the layup, but he created that steal where they converted. And Draymond Green did a terrific job of driving and just holding Davis at bay.
9 unanswered. The Warrior defense fueling this run.
Watch him bump into him a little bit. So Davis can't get the rhythm to jump and block it.
And Alvin Gentry knows you hold on, you hold on, you hold on, but then the Warriors punch you in the mouth with a big run.
And it starts at the defensive end. Then they get a quick shot, miss that three, they come down. In the open court, they're unstoppable.
And he's thinking, can we get to halftime and be single digits and be in the game? The Warriors put the foot on the accelerator right before the break, and now the Pelicans are thinking, we were in this for the whole time.
There's no one better. It started with Stephen Curry driving on Davis and having a sense of the moment. Stephen Curry, and he is their leader, and he just provides a lot of inspiration.
How about the minutes from McAdoo, Jim?
Very good.
With 6 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist.
Well, you can see his high basketball IQ on display. He's smart. He reads things. They didn't ever throw him the ball and say, go get us a basket. He just plays within the system and reacts accordingly to the defense. That's what good offensive players can do.
How about the energy play when Harrison had the breakaway? He didn't assume it was going to go in. He sprinted down to make sure he would follow.
Harrison made a nice steal.
Yeah, Alvin Gentry said, look, 42 seconds, down 11 now. A lot of bad things can happen. I better stop it.
Yeah, all of a sudden the Warriors get their biggest lead of the first half at the right time.
Holiday attacking and flipping it up and in.
Warriors are doing their own little bit of switching too. It cost them there.
Steph with a step back, and Babbitt rebounds. New Orleans can play for one, so they have it in a single-digit situation. This is a big trip down for them, just psychologically and emotionally. It's being Holiday in a 1-4 set. He's going to go himself. And Holiday flipping it up and out. And that's after the buzzer, but with Curry, you never know. 59-50 at the break. 56% shooting. They limit New Orleans to 40% shooting. But the issue is the 10 Warrior turnovers. Davis has 16. He's had to work for it. New Orleans has been more than competitive, but a little blitz right before halftime. Pretty key. And the Warriors get Oracle involved. Greg and Gary in the studio for Warrior Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box, with the Warriors up 9, trying to win it on Steph's birthday and stay perfect at home.
We need...
Former Warrior assistant coach Darren Erman now on the bench for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's their defensive coordinator, and they're taking a little page from the Warriors. They are switching everything 1 through 5, including the center. That's why they went small. Welcome to the studio. Warriors Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean. Steph Curry had 12 points in the first half, St. But with Erman switching everything, he's dribble driving more. He only made 1 3 in the first half.
Well, the team has only made 3, so they've done a good job extending their defense. And when you switch, you can do that. What happens is the Warrior offense is player movement and ball movement. What you're going to get now is a lot of mismatches where smalls are going to have bigs and they can drive.
There you go.
Or you're going to have post-ups. See the switch right there with Draymond? And then now Davis is out there guarding Curry. That's what you've got to do. You've got to drive the big or post up the small. And you've got to do it quick and sharp. If you don't, you get very stagnant and you get lulled into their game.
Andrew Bogut did not come back in after his first quarter segment of minutes. They went small. They played James Michael McAdoo. We'll get Saints' thoughts. They're probably scheming right now. If they're going to switch everything 1 through 5, how do we attack them? Do you want to be so post-dominant? They only made 3 threes in the first. We'll discuss as we continue on Warriors Halftime Live.
Warriors Halftime Report.
Well, they still scored 59 points in the first half. They're shooting 56%. It's not a problem, but they made 25 twos and only 3 threes, which is not their game. But they're just, you know, New Orleans is switching everything 1 through 5. You have to assume, Saint, they'll do that in the second half. So what's your counter here at halftime?
Well, the counter is to get back to playing really solid defense. In the last 2 minutes or 1 minute and 30, you had a 9-0 run. Why? because you played good D, you limited them to one shot, you got out in the open floor where the shots are a lot easier, where they can't switch, and then you're going to blow them out if that takes place.
Anthony Davis led the Pels in the first half with 16. Steph Curry on his 28th birthday had 12 in the first half. And if they're going to keep switching everything like this, we're going to see the unibrow checking Steph on one end and maybe vice versa on the other. Welcome to the modern NBA. We'll see you afterwards on Honda Warriors Postgame Live.
At the half with the Warrior lead at 9. And an interesting game because you have a coaching staff that knows the Warriors very well. They used to coach the Warriors. And so the switching defense, the Warriors turning it over, which we haven't seen the last couple games. And you credit with New Orleans, like every team, playing really hard coming into Oracle.
Well, they're staying in the game, but I thought the Warriors showed what they were made of late in that second quarter. Did a nice job. The turnovers has been the problem. If they don't turn the ball over, they're going to have a 15-point lead right now, at least maybe 18, somewhere along that way. But we haven't seen, the best of Anthony Davis yet, and we haven't seen Drew Holiday, who's recently had 2 games on the road at Charlotte. Another place he got 34 and 38. He's only 4 of 11 tonight. So they can be dangerous. You can't play with fire too long.
The Warriors have played good attention to detail defending the 3. They're number 1 in the NBA. Our KFC Nashville hot shot chart. Well, New Orleans is not hot. They're 1 of 11 on threes, and that's a good thing.
Yes, fortunate for the Warriors because that can change, particularly with Ryan Anderson on the floor.
So paying attention to shooters, and with that New Orleans switching defense, passing, moving, and that extra pass and identifying the mismatches becomes critical tonight.
Well, they started the double team on Spaeth, but he found the open man Curry underneath. You just go to the open spot. I love this. You start to switch. You slip the screen. You get a dunk inside by McAdoo.
15 first-half assists for the Warriors. Just have to cut down the turnovers. The bench has been good. McAdoo has led the way, Barbosa. And when they get out in the fast break, Jim, that's when the Warriors are great.
Well, the bench is getting their opportunity. Without Andre Iguodala, Steve Kerr said he would use a lot of different lineups.
The lead is 9. The perfect home stand and home winning streak still alive with the third quarter on the way.
Warriors basketball.
Getting ready to start the second half. Alvin Gentry. We all still love him. So does the MVP on his birthday. Moments ago, our Rouse Gold on Woode caught up with Warrior assistant Jarron Collins.
Coach Collins, you're getting a lot of contributions from the bench. Do guys like Anderson Varejao and James Michael McAdoo, who missed some time with injury, look more comfortable now?
Yeah, they're definitely getting a game rhythm out there. The biggest thing we're looking for is just energy and some fire out there. And those guys definitely gave us a lift. McAdoo was fantastic, setting those hard screens and getting to the front of the rim and finishing.
You definitely need energy and fire trying to defend Anthony Davis. You put a lot of different defensive looks on him. What does each defender bring to the table against him?
Well, he's going to see a multitude of defenders out there. He's so talented, so skilled. You're just trying to give him some different looks. Playing with Bogut's length, use McAdoo's quickness against him, and all the time giving constant help. So Draymond from the weak side is coming over and doing a fantastic job and providing that help. But he's a top 5 player in the world for a reason. So it's going to take everybody's effort.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
I think Jarron's right, Jim. It takes everybody to guard Anthony Davis, to make him work, to give him a bunch of different looks. He's got 16 points. It's taken him 12 shots to do that.
That's why I said we haven't seen the best of him yet. He's been averaging 30 over the last 5 games, but shooting better than what he is tonight.
The delay there was resetting the shot clock. Pelicans had missed a shot off iron. Hustled to get the offensive rebound. And that's where you want Davis to live, about 20 feet with a hand in his face.
We haven't talked about Aaron Gordon. Once again, injuries, and he had surgery, season-ending surgery on his right ring finger.
Tyreke Evans, Aaron Gordon, Quincy Pondexter. Harrison Barnes on fire. So Bogut and Barnes with Draymond, Steph, and Clay. Anthony Davis playing with Alonzo G, Dante Cunningham, Tony Douglas, and Drew Holiday.
And he drives, they're trying to make it crowded. Make him pull up and shoot a little runner. And it's been successful.
He's 5 of 14 now. Draymond's got a guard on him again. Good play by Cunningham. He hit him with behind the head, Tony Brothers said, and then the ball was pretty clean.
All those guards.
First team foul.
Cunningham's getting more minutes.
Dante Cunningham has had 2 very physical plays in his history with the Warriors.
Oh, yes.
A very rugged player.
I remember that into the floor, one of them, too. Same end they're at right now.
Well, he had dental work being done when he was done with a couple elbows.
And then New Orleans will play to our left.
That's correct. Klay Thompson hitting a couple free throws. Steph is the only player in double figures for the Warriors, and Anthony Davis the only one in double digits for New Orleans. The Warrior bench had a lot of guys kick in. Draymond knocked that away. Holiday carries on. Good Warriors switch there. Again, missing that 3. 1 of 12 for the Pelicans from beyond the arc. They're 15th in the league, right in the middle of the pack, shooting threes. Curry, now you see him, now you don't. Little Houdini move on the baseline.
He just knows all the little angles. It puts the English on the ball so it'll curl over the iron. A lot of players, they shoot it and it will roll off the iron, but he curls it with the right spin to come back to the rim.
Biggest deficit of the game. Alvin Gentry's going to use a quick timeout. Where did he go? And how did he make that?
Hi, Warrior fans. Dave Feldman with the Sportsnet Central update. Scary moment for the Giants tonight. That's because Johnny Cueto was hit by a liner in the first inning of the Cactus League game with the A's. Cueto stayed in the game and got through 3 innings per team policy. He went for tests after the game. We'll have more tonight on Sportsnet Central. Back to Oracle and the birthday boy and Fitz and JB.
All right, Feldy. It's a little scary. You think about it. Matt Cain had to miss a start. He's throwing again. Madison Bumgarner is going to miss probably 2 spring training starts. Cueto gets hit with a line drive. Let's hurry up to April 4th and start the Giant season.
Make it for real.
Spring training's way too long anyway. Lonzo G missing that 3. Harrison Barnes fighting with Cunningham. It was a good battle for that rebound. Tony Douglas missing the 3. H grabbing that board. And G picking Curry's pocket. Douglas nowhere to go. Good close out on Alonzo G. The Warriors are playing some defense right now. Anthony Davis. Those little runners, but that's an offensive foul.
Well, here's a dilemma for New Orleans. There are 2 best offensive players who are on the floor as starters. Davis and Holiday are having bad shooting nights. Both of them. As I said, Holiday recently, game before last, he gets 34 against Memphis. The game before that, 38 at Charlotte. These are both on the road. He plays well on the road.
And Alvin Gentry heard you, Jim, because he put Ryan Anderson in the game. It's like he's got to get a shooter in there. He's got to get another score to help out Anthony Davis. Shot clock at 7. Play on a good defender in Douglas and lost the handle, got it back, turns around and makes the shot. Just how you draw it up.
Biggest lead at 15 now. There's your score, but he shoots an air ball.
Klay played hanging on him. Good D. If you're New Orleans, you're demoralized here. You've played all this good defense. You've stopped him. You have a near turnover. You have a loose ball. Oh, wait, he's got a great jump shot.
Yeah, they're ready to go 2-on-1 the other way.
Bogut, hand to the cookie jar. He knew it.
Where's now charge? Andrew Bogut, second personal.
Gain that respect by not barking when you commit a foul. First thing Andrew did. Hey, they got me.
We'll see how long Bogut stays on the floor. He played 8.5 minutes in Q1 for Steve Kerr.
Steve,
they said he was shooting?
Yeah, Steve doesn't appreciate that.
Now we got the continuation on Ryan Anderson, and I was wrong on that, obviously, when they conferred. But this one, there's no way he was shooting. I mean, how do you know what he's going to do?
You don't. Draymond's got Douglas. This is the post-up we've seen. And we hope everybody's all right there.
Douglas won't back down.
No. No, when your brother's in the NFL, and you're as good an athlete as he is, and you're all about toughness, nobody's ever questioned TD.
He does a terrific job of fronting, half fronting, and then getting back behind, getting position. And he'll just let Draymond Green run right over him. He's a tough kid.
No, I
remember him here?
I like Tony when he was with us. Didn't play much, still a really good guy. The Warriors are Pacific Division champs, back-to-back years. And you can get the commemorative T-shirt presented by Adidas. Everything at Warriors.com. Back-to-back Pacific champions.
Has a nice ring.
Well, you win the division, then you get the 1 seed, you get home court advantage, and you start that playoff tournament.
First time back-to-back. In fact, only the fourth time anyway. Back-to-back championship year. The next one, Davis misses another.
Bogut contested him nicely.
He's 5 of 15. Holiday 4 of 13.
Clay lost it on the sideline. What do you think of what the Warriors do when they focus on you? Damian Lillard had a very rough night, 5 of 19. Davis is 5 of 15.
Well, the only three hit tonight by New Orleans is Johnson. That's his first one with New Orleans in his fourth game here.
Well, the Warriors defense is starting to really tighten down. Draymond, tough runner. Anderson had a very difficult shot.
Look at him bring that ball down.
Dante Cunningham. And now New Orleans just even missing wide open threes. And Douglas came back to challenge Curry. 5-minute scoring drought here. New Orleans has only 2 points in the half. TD finally dropping down to 3.
Well, Harrison tried to help a moment ago. Cunningham missed the shot this time. He helped again inside. Got burned.
Douglas is 39% three-point shooter this year.
Yeah, he's better.
Yeah, he really has. She said you're in trouble when you're nearly out of the league. You work to stay and get back. Shot clock's at 1. Bogut's got to shoot a 3. Wow!
You like that, don't you?
That's his first of the year.
First attempt, first mate.
Davis with a shot clock at 3. Flies through the lane. Cunningham the rebound. Bogut the block. Crowd still buzzing over the Bogut 3. Klay Thompson, feet set. 3 down.
You know it's going to be timeout. Bogut's just made sure that no one is going to talk about the free throw he missed early in this game.
Shot clock winding down. Everyone who plays for the Warriors can make threes. And you know the bench loved that one, as did the sellout crowd at Oracle. Bay Bridge, finally some sunshine around the Bay today. Going to be sunny the rest of the week. And they're having a lot of fun here at Oracle's. The Warriors push it to 18 for the first time tonight. Our Lexus Pursuit of Perfection, longest home winning streaks to start the season. The Spurs and Warriors are both chasing the Bulls' streak of 37. Warriors will be in San Antonio on Saturday. Orlando Johnson runner, Draymond with a rebound.
Well, the Warriors looking for their 49th consecutive. They've got to get to 51, though, to protect what San Antonio can do. Oh, nice. Again.
Curry with the feed from Bogut.
They're just countering every defensive set that New Orleans is doing. That Holiday would normally make that, dunk it down, to do whatever he wanted to do.
And the frustration foul after.
Ball gets fouled. Sharp 33, Ryan Anderson, first personal, 13 foul.
So you think Stephen Curry, again, they're ready to switch on the outside man, and he just makes the cut to the hoop. They're burning the defense and making them pay.
Draymond three. Everyone getting into the act. Warriors start hitting threes, and the Pelicans are in trouble. 6 of 15 now.
They're just reading the defense now every time. That's a reach.
Holiday is fouled. Bogut will pick up the personal.
Third personal, second team foul.
So you're going to stay inside the lane? I'll take a three.
We talked about the Warriors winning the award for best analytics.
Yes.
When Draymond has his feet set, time and room, he rails that three. Sometimes the deeper or the trail or in movement or he's got to dribble into it, he has more problems making that three.
I agree,
And
totally.
so I think that's where Steve Kerr, when he's talking to Draymond, is wide open, feet set, I want you shooting that three. But let it move around and come back and cycle back to you. And they've had some great conversations about that in recent weeks. Draymond's come out of his offensive funk, which has been awesome to see. Luke Babbitt, he needed to shoot that. Shot clock was at 1.
Barbosa was clear on the other side of the lane, and they never got the ball back to Orlando Johnson. He was wide open, and he did hit a three earlier in the game. Not a great three-point shooter. Doesn't take a lot, but he needs to get the ball when you're open.
Draymond attacking. Shot clock at 2. Barbosa checked it and nails it.
He got the most out of his move there. He knew he had to stop, pop, fade away. And timed it perfectly.
New Orleans has one made field goal in the quarter. I mean, the Warriors are locking them down. And Ryan Anderson.
That is a big-time move there. And finish.
The finish and the foul.
This is beautiful. I mean, he beat two men on this. Circus shot inside. This is a man shot and move. Little double clutch. Guys hanging around on you. All up the whole body and the arms.
He's going to garner a lot of interest as a free agent this offseason.
When you can shoot a three with that kind of size. Yes, indeed.
And plus, he's come off the bench for a lot of his career.
Oh, he knows how to change a game.
Yes, he does. You know, the era of the stretch four, Ryan Anderson as a reserve, any team to take in.
Now, as we watch Draymond, this is going to be a little blocking foul, I believe. That is correct. I was going to finish when we talk about Anderson because he used to just be primarily a catch-and-shoot player. He's expanded his game now, and that's going to benefit him. Yep,
that's the easiest block you're going to have.
Got there late.
So Draymond a double-double, 13 and 11. His decision-making on when to initiate his own offense has been excellent. His homestand has been perfect for Draymond Green. Make Babbitt dribble. Davis inside, challenged again by Draymond, and then the foul.
He's a little exasperated. He can't believe he missed that first shot.
He's 5 of 18. Livingston will pick up his fourth.
23, Anthony Davis, the line, the Pelicans, 2 shots.
Warriors will be home against the Knicks, and they go on the road. But when they come back from that road trip, the Clippers, the final meeting of the year, first 10,000 fans get the Warrior t-shirt, courtesy of Cache Creek Casino Resort. Be here on March 23rd, 888-GSW-HOOP. Chris Paul, Steph Curry, DeAndre Jordan. I don't know if you have Blake Griffin back by then.
Yes.
That'll be interesting.
That'll make a change.
He's still got to serve the 4-game suspension once he becomes healthy. Got a quad injury right now. The hand is healed up.
Bogut never saw Holiday. Curry was open from his own man, but not the secondary.
There's Orlando Johnson with a big Bogut contesting that shot.
How about a block out by Green on Davis?
Curry three, fouled. So Stephen to shoot 3 free throws.
That ball was on line. Just hit the front of the iron.
Stephen Curry will be going to the line to be shooting.
So he's already released it. Got everything into it. And maybe because it's short, and I haven't seen him shoot short, it might have affected his follow-through.
Yeah, well, I think their hands
no, they did
together,
hit.
yeah.
So maybe he hadn't completely gone through the whole arc of his shot.
Now, you never played an NBA game on your birthday.
Oh, that's true. It's in July.
It's in July. But Steph, he lost his first 2 birthday games. He won the last 2.
He replaces Andrew Bogut.
Who keeps track of that stuff?
Everybody.
I heard you say that earlier, and I'm thinking, how the heck do you know that? And then I thought, why the heck do you need to know that?
It's left-handed lamps on a Monday night in late March at 9:02.
I wonder if he knows it.
Probably doesn't. Babbitt bothered by Bergeron. Warrior defense has been exemplary here in the third. Livingston inside and just rimmed it out. Even though New Orleans has been losing, Alvin Gentry always has them rolling offensively. They're the 12th highest scoring team in the league, and they average 103. And this is a team that had 50 at halftime, and the Warriors have locked them up with 10 points so far in the third. Davis can't finish. And he follows his own miss.
Let's see what they get here.
Livingston.
Well, Orlando Johnson did not see the ball. He had his back to the ball. That's why Curry threw it.
14 turnovers, marring an otherwise brilliant offensive and defensive performance. Anderson creates space, but when Ryan Anderson's missing from the outside, and New Orleans is at 30% for the game. Stephen, step back, 3, good.
He just takes that jab step at a big man, and he knows they can step right back and find his rhythm in the shot.
Holiday answers.
Holiday can get it going like Brandon Knight did the other night. Got another big man on him, but he gave it up.
Bosa against a great shot blocker. The ball fake. Curry 3. Good!
How about the pass from Barbosa?
Play of the night.
Finding him in the corner.
Play of the night. And Davis taking the body contact. You got to watch Curry's release.
How about the pump fakes by Barbosa? He loses Davis, then he lost another man. I thought he could have laid it up. We'll see. Pump fake there. Yeah, he could have laid it up. Curry wasn't completely open.
Why settle for 2 when you can get 3?
He had a nice little pump fake going for him there. 2 of them.
A human being should not be able to catch and shoot a ball that fast.
Well, he just launched it out of his hands, didn't he? When they did it live, I looked at that and I thought, he just flung it up there.
He looked like a guy shooting with a second left on the shot clock or something.
Yeah, just trying to get it off.
Final minute of the third. The Warriors have been brilliant. Livingston lost the handle, but it was touched last by the Pelicans. So 7 to shoot. We check in with Roz.
Steph Curry's hit more threes already this season than he has ever before, and many of them off the dribble. He told me he worked over the summer on full body strength from the ground up to give him the endurance in his arms and legs in order to be able to shoot this many threes. Bob, I know we have a timeout. I'll let you go.
Tell you, Curry's fitness regimen, the MVP has improved his game and improved it at a level that we've never seen before. So a timeout on the floor. The final 46 ticks for the birthday boy.
Full calm.
All right, right, Jim. So who's the best shooter in the history of the world? I think a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Watch this left heel. Most people would put that down. And I think he just has a little memory, a muscle memory, say, hey, I'm too far back. He knows where everything is on the floor. He knows where that line is, 22 feet. And he fades back and launches that. Calm as can be.
Draymond Green missing that three, and Douglas will track it down.
They called the play for Draymond there. Yep. He was mounted, driven. I'm going to take that shot. You can see it already in his alignment.
Abbott missing, following his own shot. And here's Anderson. We talk about him as an offensive rebounder. He's got a very unique skill set. Tip that in. Ryan Anderson's got a dozen off the bench. Shot clock off.
They didn't even try to fight over the screen. They just switch automatically. Everything.
Down to 4. Curry 3. He banked it in. He just banked it in. The final second. And Douglas will not get the shot off. 10 of 16. 4 made threes. 27 points. 5 rebounds. 5 assists. And Curry, happy birthday.
You may think he's lucky, but folks, even though it's a bank, it's not.
3D Touch.
Toyota game summary. Spectacular third quarter for the Warriors. Creating the separation as Livingston is fouled beginning the fourth. 11 of 16 in that third. And, you know, when Steph missed a free throw, Jim, I think he kind of said, that's enough missing. I'm going to hit from everywhere now. You know, the great players just kind of will themselves into that other level. I love the replay of him not putting his heel on the sideline because he knew he'd be out of bounds.
Yeah, and he knew it because he knew where that line was in front of him, so he knew what was behind him. By the way, 13 of 23 in the first quarter, 12 of 22 in the second, and 11 of 16 in the third. And they finally, you know, they turned it over 4 times, but it didn't cost them anything in that quarter.
Orleans 5 of 27 and they're shackled in the third as Douglas is fouled. You know, some of the turnovers tonight, though, I think you got to credit New Orleans with the switching and with some of that and their activity. You know, it wasn't the Warriors turned it over against Orlando out of, you know, just sloppiness. I don't think some of those tonight were.
No, they had to make some adjustments.
Yeah, there you go.
So they wouldn't turn it over.
Tony Douglas knocking down the free throw. Talked about the season ticket priority wait list at 23,000. And you get exclusive pre-sale access to playoff tickets at 888-GSW-HOOP. Representatives ready to help you right now.
Comfortable lead. We'll just see how the fourth quarter plays out.
The best thing the reserves can do is make sure the starters don't have to come back in. Pick and fade. Livingston and Spates have been doing it since they were together in Cleveland.
They are a nice little combo. You talk about the Splash Brothers. You got something going with Spates and Sean.
Kendrick Perkins has always been a rebounder and a rugged player, rarely a post-up player. Uh-oh. If you're New Orleans, if Mo starts feeling it, if you're New Orleans, you better look out. You have now entered the Mo bucket zone.
And he's not going to be looking to get too many assists after those two. He knows what he has.
Anderson still playing the right way. Shot clock's at 1. And Douglas Credit the effort of Tony Douglas tonight. He's got 14 points. He's played exceptionally hard.
Made a couple threes.
And he has. He's hit 2 of 5.
Like you said, 39% this year.
Hit 2, make it 3. You can feel it coming. We've watched him enough.
You got to know when it hits his hand if you're the defender. He's not giving it up.
Babbitt to that strong hand. And a nice finish.
About 13 minutes a night for Luke Babbitt. A little under 4 a game, and that time the play slowed down for him there. He took his time. He's got a lot of skills.
Well, the crowd wanted Mo to walk into a 3. Steve Kerr wants him to keep running the offense. Shot clock at 5. Leandro's got to create. Step back, and New Orleans played the defense. Orlando Johnson, as we said, playing for a job.
Well, they decided to go one-on-one there. Everybody else stood around. The other 4.
Defensive 3-second violation resulting in a technical.
Defensive 3-second violation on Spates, trying to hedge into the lane and help from the weak side. So that'll be a technical free throw. You may see Kevon Looney tonight, Jim.
Yes. Brought him back from Santa Cruz.
And averaged 11 points a game in the 2 previous. You know, before I forget, I want to say hello to Chewy Garcia, who is a 83-year-old Warriors season ticket holder, getting ready to undergo cancer treatments down at Stanford.
Okay.
And just we had some people reach out that are Chewy's friends. We appreciate you watching.
Yes, we do.
And we're thinking of you.
Nice, Bob.
Ryan Anderson almost got the shooter's roll.
Well, he knows after about what he's going to get from Harrison. Harrison just does not let you get inside there.
Douglas and Spates hustling back. But New Orleans comes up with a steal. TD missing that 3. Ian Clark getting the playing time now. Klay Thompson 3.
He may not go to 35 feet, but I'll tell you what, he can go out to 29, 30.
Oh, he's talked about it. He said Steph has inspired him. He's trying to do a few things that Stephen Curry does with the distance.
And he just pulls up for a jump shot. Looks like it's a 12-footer.
Most beautiful form jumpers ever. Spates tracking down the rebound. Brandon Rush. High pass to Mo. He caught it in traffic. And he'll get to the line. Even in the blowouts, the Warriors are highly entertaining because Mo buckets. As the teammates that love him, he has fun, and the crowd loves it.
TV service provider.
105-77, and the MVP with 27 3/4 tonight. Our McDonald's true story. He turns 28. He's got 5 career game winners. He's a 3-time All-Star. The MVP a year ago, and clear off the trophy case, another one's coming. And an NBA champion last season, and the Warriors in the mix for another. 5-time Western Conference Player of the Week, twice the Western Conference Player of the Month. Has already broken his record for threes in a season and the continuing record with a 3 in consecutive games.
Sometimes it's difficult to find words when you talk about the superlatives of Stephen Curry. He just keeps doing things every night, and he's so fun. He's so fun to watch. He's so good, so incredibly good to make this game the best athletes in the world. It makes him look like high school kids sometimes.
Well, you were on KMBR today with Gary and Larry, and I thought you said something that doesn't get talked about enough, and that's the leadership of Stephen Curry. You know, you could talk about the chemistry. You talk about how Steve Kerr and the staff have done such a great job. When your best player acts like one of the guys, and cheers for everyone from Kevon Looney to Ian Clark, this is a sport now in 2016 where people talk about money and fame and endorsements, and there's no jealousy of Stephen because of the person he is on and off the court.
And Steve Kerr likes to say he's very humble, and yet he's arrogant on the court. Harrison, still a good shot. And he means that in a confident way. When you say arrogant on the court, he said it's a great combination.
Lonzo G will get to the line. Well, I really think
he has a killer instinct. He is really competitive. That's the thing about that defines Stephen Curry, too, when he's out there on the floor.
It's the team we will see Saturday night. Tim Duncan has been the epicenter of the Spurs run because their best player.
Quiet leader.
And for Stephen, the Warriors' best player, everyone orbits around him. But if he had a different personality, it might not work as well as it does.
Same approaches.
Well, the Knicks, their one and only visit, that will be on Wednesday. All fans in attendance, get the Go Green t-shirt courtesy of Bay Area BMW. Be here for the Knickerbockers and Kristaps Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony Wednesday night. Pass almost surprised Harrison. It was deflected. He'll track it down. There's 11 to shoot still. Ian Clark makes something out of nothing, and Cunningham, terrific block.
That's where you put on the brakes at the end, and Cunningham goes flying right by you. You know, Steph Curry, we've seen him do that. It doesn't matter. That's a goal team call because it hit the backboard and it was interfered. And how about another out-of-bounds play where they get a layup?
I was just going to say, at some point we got to put together a loop of Warrior out-of-bounds plays.
Best in the league.
And the level of success.
Not just getting good shot, but getting layups.
Yeah, layups and dunks from a multitude of players. Babbitt, and guess who was on the offensive rush?
All right.
Ryan Anderson. Anderson Barnes for the double team, splits it nicely. A good look in the corner to Brandon Rush. Great post up by Harrison Barnes there, and the right decision. Cunningham on the baseline. Steve Kerr didn't like that defensive breakdown. We'll use the timeout to talk about it a bit. 6:08 remaining in the ball game. Stephen Curry and the Warriors looking to stay undefeated at home and having a lot of fun on his birthday.
Togo's is launching SN.
111.85 with 6:08 remaining. And our Rams shot of the game, Andrew Bogut from deep. Shot clock winding down. His three, the Ram shot of the game. Bogut is 2 of 2 on threes in a Warrior uniform. He was 1 for 22 in Milwaukee. And Jim, if he's 2 of 2 on threes, he's got to get more touches from beyond the arc.
So, 3 made threes in his career.
Right. 1 of 22 when he was a Buck. 2 of 2 in his Warrior career. And his first attempted 3 and made 3 of the season tonight. Ian Clark split the defense nicely.
Well, he gets a pass to the outside perimeter area, and someone runs at him. So much easier to beat your man that way than he had clear sailing. Nice touch, though.
It's going to be a nice night for McAdoo. He was excellent in the first half. James Michael getting some playing time here in the second. Double Anderson.
Mo switched over.
Babbitt, his feet set. Three is usually going down.
Well, New Orleans rotated the ball perfectly there because Mo left to prevent an inside shot. Would have been an easy layup or dunk. And they found Babbitt.
This will be the last time we see the Pelicans, and you just got to feel for a team that's been beset by injury.
Yes. Well, everyone thought they were a playoff team.
Lonzo G will flip that in. Now you lose Tyreke Evans, and you lose Eric Gordon, and you lose Quincy Pondexter. You played the time this year without Anthony Davis.
Well, Evans,
Drew Holiday on a minutes restriction.
Yes. Evans played 25 games this year. Gordon 45. They even brought in Jimmy Fredette for a while.
Yep. I mean, how many games has Davis played this year?
58 of the 65.
Yeah, I mean, they can't win if he's missing 7 games. Lonzo G dropping in the free throw. Noches Enebeya of 2016, celebrating the NBA's growing fan support. NBAstore.com. Check out Enebeya.com or NBA.com.
With Anthony Davis struggling tonight from the field, I'm surprised we have not seen Asik.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he's hurt or not.
Well, Alvin might think the way the speed with the Warriors play out, Mayor might have had an issue with. But when Bogut was in the game, Asik matched up against him.
Another steal there. They couldn't quite control it.
Warriors were flirting with their best shooting night of the season. They were 60% at Orlando. That was the game Steph had 51. They're at 60 right now, 59.7 with 4 minutes left. So this could be the best shooting night of the year, depending on how they finish. Heel the rim. McAdoo on the rebound. McAdoo again. Puts it in and draws the foul.
I'm telling you, he knows how to get position. It starts with that. Now, he missed the right-hander, but he did a terrific job, and you'll see he goes to the left hand because he knows they're coming at him. In fact, there are a couple of guys. Goes to the left. What a move. But he knows how to get position to get an offensive rebound.
You've said it brilliantly, Jim. You run no plays for him.
No.
And yet, here he is with 9 points in 10 minutes and 5 rebounds.
I love players that you don't have to run plays for.
Run, rebound, defend, and get to the glass. Ian Clark, a nice steal. McAdoo forgot the ball. Anderson drawing the foul. So Ryan Anderson to shoot 2. We check in with Roz.
You know, guys, someone that Coach Ron Adams is really high on is James Michael McAdoo. He said, first of all, when he was out with the injury, he worked as hard as he could, as was possible, to stay in game shape. He's someone that when he's on the court, he brings energy and good things happen. Right now, he can help them fill a gap on the defensive end. And just overall, he says he's an integral part of the team's core leadership in his own way. You know, James Michael McAdoo will even lead some of the religious studies that many of the players participate in, and he'll lead the way, and they often attend and follow with him.
Well, Ron Adams has worked with him since day one, every day. He works on three-point shots, too. He's really worked on his free throw percentage and shooting that way, and that's vastly improved now.
Also, too, when you have Ian Clark and McAdoo, guys that have spent time in the D-League, that have worked themselves into the NBA, there they combine perfectly together on that assist and dunk. They have fit in chemistry-wise, and guys know the work they've put in to elevate to this level. And James Michael's just a great kid to be around.
Double digits again for him.
Anderson missing there. G will track it down. And you get Festus Ezeli back, and you've got Bogut, Ezeli, Varejao, Speights, and McAdoo. Steve Kerr has all different ways to go at the 4 or 5 spots. Douglas hitting another 3.
He's having a three-point night for him.
He is 3 of 8, and the rest of the Pelicans are 3 of 15 shooting threes. show and go, and little Big Mo's all right. Little takedown there. Mandatory timeout. No team has ever been 60-6. This Warrior team will in 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Honda believes in helping.
All Warriors in the second half on their way to win number 60. And our big plays the Togo's way. You know he's the best three-point shooter in the world. But how about the deliveries and drives and finishes for Stephen Curry tonight? Righty, lefty, crossover, around All-Stars. Finish with either hand. Take the contact, draw the foul. 27 points in 31 minutes. It'll be the 17th time he has not played a fourth quarter this year. And he has ripped up New Orleans in the 3 meetings.
He's averaging 40 a night this year. Since they don't meet again, 40 a game against the Pelicans this year, right on the button.
You're also, because we never leave you without an NBA first, never had a coach in the history of the sport who came in without any experience and had 60 wins his first 2 seasons. Mr. Kerr has done that now. 67 wins a year ago, 60 wins this year. You know what it was? It was becoming a broadcaster at TNT, Jim. I mean, once you become a broadcaster, you can do just about anything. McAdoo, deflected. Luke Babbitt working inside.
I keep thinking, doing a little arithmetic here. Steve's been on the court for 21 of those victories. Because Luke Walton was 39-4.
Yeah, but those 4 losses, that was enough. They had to switch him back out and get Steve in there. That's not going to work.
So Steve's 21-2.
Greg and Gary St. Jean get ready for Honda postgame live. Steve with absolute best dry weight going. And he did take over as Mo hits a 3.
It's the salute.
Got 5 players in double figures tonight. Bates with 14.
You know, he started Mo thinking about shooting threes and expanding his game last year. Alvin Gentry. Yes. I was there when they started working on him and talked to him. And he was working and working on his threes.
Finish the Steve thought.
Yeah.
He said when he was healthy enough to come back on the bench, he said, yeah, Luke was 39-4. I would have liked 40-3. But I'll live with 39-4. And the bench gave Steph Curry a birthday present tonight. Take the fourth quarter off, MVP. Third game in 4 nights.
Well, if they don't shoot anymore, they'll end up over 60%.
Yep. I think Orlando was 60.6. The Warriors are at 60.3 for the best shooting night of the season. Another 3. Tony Douglas letting it up and in.
Yeah, Ian's got to learn that. He's very right-handed.
Yes.
Very right-handed.
Babbitt left-handed. TD all right-handed. It's likely going to be the second best shooting night of the season. Ian Clark missing that 3. But a 9-point game at the half and all Warriors in the second half. Moved to 60-6. 49 wins in a row at home, the continuing NBA record. Douglas, have yourself a night. With 22 and 4 made threes. The Knickerbockers' only visit is Wednesday. Warrior pregame live comes your way at 6:30. No team's been 60-6. No team's won 49 in a row at home. Bring on the Knickerbockers on Wednesday. Friday in Dallas, Saturday at San Antonio. The second meeting of the year between the 2 best teams in the NBA. The 125-107. Celtics at 07-09, last team to win 60 in back-to-back years. 67-15 last year has become 60-6. And the great friendship with Alvin Gentry and Steve Kerr. Better days ahead for Anthony Davis and the Pelicans. Need a healthy season next year. Warriors hold New Orleans to 38% shooting, while the Warriors shoot it at 58%. 125-107, the final. Bring on New York on Wednesday. Warrior postgame live, presented by Honda, is on the way. The bench did it tonight. A lot of guys are going to feel awfully good as the Warriors stay undefeated at home on the MVP's birthday.
There have been certain one-loss records that just don't roll off the tongue. 24-0, 50-5. How does 60-6 sound? On his 28th birthday, Steph Curry sees his franchise turn the big 6-0. Stay dry, Roz. Let's go back to Oracle.
Happy birthday. That looked like fun, especially the plus 32-footer that you banked in. As you're coming up the court, what are you feeling for as you size those long-distance shots up?
We wanted to get the last shot of the quarter. Just kind of reading the defense and seeing what they gave me. I made a couple before that, so I was feeling pretty good. Didn't think I needed to bank it, but just that kind of night.
So you didn't mean to bank it, though?
Never from the top of the key. That was a little luck.
You never know with you. Okay, so at shoot-around today, you said you used your birthday as an opportunity to reflect on how to be a better person and how to be a better player. As a player, what are things you're saying, okay, I'm doing that well, and what do you want to do better?
I mean, just stay consistent, become an even better leader, and just be ready for new challenges that are going to come our way. We're right in the middle of a great run, a great journey, but these next 2.5 months are going to be a lot of fun, and you got to be ready for anything thrown at you and kind of be tough-minded, so I want to work on that.
You play with a great combination of competitiveness, fun, and joy. How much do you think your demeanor is contagious for the rest of this team and how they follow you?
I mean, I try to be consistent in that regard, no matter if you're making shots, missing shots. Other teams going on a run, we're all going on a run, try to have the same demeanor, same approach to the game so that we do have that presence. And, I have fun playing with my teammates. I hope they have fun playing with me and doing the things that we do out there on the floor, and that'll continue.
Everyone's having fun watching you play. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Guys.
Well, I tell you, Roz, every win gets closer to the end of the season, but also the way the Spurs have played, you're not gaining much separation. And the way this week is going to play out, Warriors and San Antonio are going to meet on Saturday, but the Warriors keep holding serve, Jim, and that's all you can do.
You just take care of your own business, just as Steve Kerr says. We don't really look at the other teams. We try to play our game. I thought they made some great adjustments early in this game tonight because the defense kind of had them puzzled for a while.
All that switching?
Yeah, all the switching. They switched 1 through 5, but then they recognized what to do and instinctively started going to the basket, slipping the screens. They got easy layups, and then they kind of got the defense disorganized.
How about the bench? In the absence of Iguodala, so many reserves played exceptionally well. Steve Kerr couldn't have scripted that any better.
Well, this is what it takes. They've got to get contributions from everybody, not just at the offensive end, but at the defensive end. And now this bench, there's a nice rotation of about 10 guys know they're going to play. And so they can count on that, so they're ready to go out there and do what they can do.
Yeah, so if you missed any of the second half, let me just say in the third quarter, Steph Curry was 5 of 6, and New Orleans was 5 of 27. So that was it. Defense and offense, and they put New Orleans away in the third.
Yeah, when New Orleans, they had some good shooting tonight from Tony Douglas, but the main players, when you're talking about Davis and Holiday, they held them in check. Yep. Those are two very, very dangerous players. So they focused on that, did a nice job, and end up shooting under 40%.
You mentioned two dangerous players, Kristaps Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony. They'll be here on Wednesday. Can the Warriors make it 50 in a row at home? Finish off the homestand with Dallas and San Antonio lurking, Greg. I'm anxious for Saturday night. This is going to be an amazing week.
50 in a row at home sounds absurd, but so does 60-6. Just does not roll off the tongue. This is the 70th year of Warriors basketball. They were a charter NBA franchise in 46-47 in Philadelphia. In the first 68 years, they had 0 60-win seasons. They've now had 2 in a row, thanks to Steve Kerr. They got close in 75-76 the year after they won the title with 59 under Alvin Adams. You had a couple of 50s with Nelly. Welcome to Honda Warriors Postgame Live. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean. We'll get to Steph. And Bogut making a 3, which was the highlight of the night for me. But Steve Kerr, no experience as a coach, wins 67 last year, and now he's 60-6 with 16 games yet to play. Saintly. He may go 76-6. Well, I'll slow my roll. But what do you say about how he has come here and the Warriors have become by far the best team in American sport?
You know, when you're in a position like a general manager or the ownership group, you have an exercise that you do and you say, okay, if I'm going to have an opening, what coaches are out there? Now, there could be assistant coaches. They could be head coaches that are out of work. They could be people coaching in Europe. They could be guys in college. And now we've added the category of the guys that are doing television. And that's produced some really good people. Doc Rivers was one of them. And Steve is, I think, very unique in that he brings such a positive, you know, image to the team. And he's very calm, but yet he's stern when he has to be. And he's just a perfect fit for this group of guys. And you can't say enough positives. I just admire what the job they do every single night.
5-time NBA champion as a player, 3 in Chicago, 2 in San Antonio. He taught these guys from going from good to great and championship caliber in a year and a half, virtually overnight. And, you know, his tutelage with Steph Curry. Steph was a great player before, but last year an MVP, and now this year even playing better. And Steph Curry's night tonight, I thought maybe he'd go for 28 on his 28th birthday. Felt he was thinking 56 on his 28th. He'll settle 1 point shy as he turns 28 with a 27-point performance, 5 rebounds, good rebounding guard, 5 assists, good slip there by James Michael McAdoo, just 1 turnover, and he did it all saintly, a little over 31 minutes of play. Didn't play in the 4th quarter again tonight.
No, and again, you see him having to drive. Because of the switch, he had a big guarding him. And, you know, we know he's crafty around the basket, but his ability to read the play. Right then, he had a little space with Davis on him again, and he rose to the occasion. Now, that one there, that was amazing. Look at his heels. He knows exactly where he is.
It's the Sean Elliott shot.
It is.
Memorial
You're exactly right. And that was amazing. And, you know, then the icing on the cake was his bank shot, you know, but he just has an inner confidence about himself and such a demeanor on the floor. I always like to compare him to Tim Duncan because the players, his teammates love playing with him. And he's just part of the group. He's not this mega guy that just says, hey, I don't need all of that. He's just a special guy, and he's the most gifted physical player we have in the entire league.
15 of his 27 came in the 3rd quarter, and that's where the Warriors just ran him out of the gym. It actually started late in the 2nd quarter. It's our BMW turning point. It was 50-48. Warriors up only a bucket with 2:48 to go in the half, but they closed the half saintly on a 9-2 run. And then they opened the 2nd half on a 21-5 run the first 6.5. So added up, about a 9-minute stretch. You went 30-7 on them. That's what Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls did to you. Unleash the Dobermans. We play defense on one end. They can't stop us in the open floor.
Alvin Gentry had a very good plan. In the beginning of the game, he had the Warriors confused. They were turning it over. They took the 3-ball away. They made a lot of 2s, but Poppy hit it on the head. What got them going? The defense. They got stops, and they got in the open floor. And what about this shot, Pop?
Butter! Kerr.
There it goes.
Shot clock gets to 5, Sadly. Let the big man let it fly.
I love that. The big fella.
You know, Clay's a good shooter. He made a 3, and Steph made 3 threes during that one. The ball movement. Draymond gets his feet set like that. They're all knocking down threes, saying in that third quarter alone, they were 6 of 8 beyond the line.
Nobody shares it better than the Warriors. Their mantra is, I have a good shot, you got a great shot, no hesitation. I'm passing to you, you knock it down.
All right. Curry was great. Steve Kerr's great. But the highlight of the night is Andrew Bogut. He had to shoot it, Sadly. The shot clock's going down.
He had no choice.
What do you want him to do?
Watch, he's dribbling. He's looking for back cuts. He's looking for a post-up. Boom!
Why not? Bang!
Pop, did you notice how he left the wrist out there? Look at him smiling at the bench. The bench is going crazy.
1 for 22 as a Milwaukee Buck beyond the line. That's his second 3 as a Warrior. I think he should shoot more, Sadly. It's perfect form. It's his first 3 since March the 8th of 2013. He's striking a pose out there. Look at the Warrior unis. Look at Bogut's hair. That's Bogut as a Warrior just 3 years ago. Clay, James Harden on him. Look at this great stuff. Sadly, I want him shooting more. You know what I'm thinking about? A shot-blocking big man. I'm going back to Nudie!
There he is!
Manute Bol!
BOL!
If you're going to let Manute Bol shoot threes, why can't Bogut, Sadly?
Look at that thing. Unbelievable.
In 88-89, Manute Bol made 20 threes.
Watch this one.
That was the one for Nelly's 500th.
We were yelling on the bench. No, no, no. Great shot.
Look at Nudie.
Look at him.
Nelly
Look at the guy.
500th victory at the Parquet. Nudie made 20 that year. You know what he shot from threes?
What?
Analytic people aren't going to like you.
How much?
22%. The heck him that guy shoot threes for?
That's because Mully loved it. He kept passing him the ball.
Wasn't that the highlight of the night? Was Andrew Bogut making a 3. So we're all smiling. James Michael McAdoo had some good play in the fourth quarter. Ian Clark played well. A good, solid team win tonight.
Well, you had a big game from Draymond and obviously Clay and Steph. Bogue shot. But the bench guys, they're stepping up. They're playing better. You're not getting just a mega performance like Mo Buckets had, but you had a lot of guys playing well. And the key to that group is going to be their defense, their rebounding, because they don't shoot it as well from the perimeter. So they got to get in open space and use their athleticism. Who the heck's better off the bounce early than Leandro? And if you want a mismatch, you can go right down to Sean. So you got a lot of different guys you can go to, and they find each other's strengths, and they stay the heck away from their weaknesses. I love it.
They are 60-6, right? That's not a misprint. They were 24-0 to start the year, 50-5, and now they're 60-6. Why not 70-7?
Oh, boy.
And then with
Here
5 to play, you just need 3 more to do it. Why not, Sadly? I could go 76-6 on you, but Iguodala's certain you got to go to San Antonio on Saturday night. So we will hear from Steve Kerr coming up. We'll get his thoughts on back-to-back 60-plus wins, but it's the birthday boy and the shocker of the night. Look at that dribble drive. How did he not get splashed? The Splash Brother. Did they call off the splashing on the Roz post-game interviews?
It might have.
I think somebody went to a drought there, Sadly.
Warrior.
Dave Feldman, Ahmed Fareed, Sportsnet Central coming your way after Warriors post-game live.
The Denver Broncos have told the 49ers what it would take to get Colin Kaepernick. Also an update on Johnny Cueto hitting the head in a cactus leaf.
We're sitting down with Jeff Samardzija. He's talking about his relationship with Madison Bumgarner, all while celebrating the birthday of one Stephen Curry. Happy 28th, Steph.
How tight is that on your head?
It is kind of tight. I could have used a bigger one.
Back to the Papa Bear and the sing.
All right. Where's Feldy's hat? We got to get our own. 28th birthday for Steph. He goes for 27 tonight. 12 Warriors played. All 12 Warriors scored. Just a brilliant offensive show. They shot 58% from the floor. They were 12 for 25 on threes, 9 threes in the second half, and the Warriors are 60-6. 60 wins in 66 games. Steve Kerr met the media right after the game, and the first question is not my question, it was their question. Did you ever think it would be this easy to get to 60 wins?
Draymond just gave me the ball and said, you know, I think Raymond gave him the stat or something, first coach to win 60. I reminded them that Luke actually won most of the 60 this year. So I want to say thank you to the NBA for giving me the wins when I wasn't even around or whatever. But no, it's so rare to in the NBA to be able to, with your first coaching job, to inherit a great team. I mean, they had already won 50-plus games before I got here. A lot of talent and continuity that was already there, and so I'm pretty lucky to coach these guys.
Steve, what did you get from your bench tonight? I mean, Mo and LB came in early and gave you a little something real quick, and then in the second quarter, guys gave you a little bit more. Just talk about what you got from the bench tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys shot the ball well. B-Rush, made a couple threes, and obviously Mo continues his hot shooting. LB gave us a good burst, and Mac was really the key guy off the bench because he came in at the end of the second quarter, kind of last 5 minutes or so, and gave us that energy that we needed. They were switching everything defensively, and we were sort of getting stagnant with the ball, just trying to force it into the mismatch instead of just moving it. Mac came in and moved it a couple times, and I thought that changed the tempo of the game, so he gave us a big boost.
With his activity, can you see playing him more with Draymond?
Yeah. What we have to do with Mac is make sure we've got a shooter next to him along the front line. So whether it's Harrison or Draymond or even Mo, we just can't put him with a non-shooting big next to him because we don't get the spacing. But this is a perfect kind of game for Mac where there's a lot of small ball being played, and we need an infusion of energy, and that's what he gave us.
Steve, you guys have had a lot of crazy runs with Steph hitting threes, but where does the run in the third quarter rank with his three and the 3 threes that he hit and then Bogut mixing one in as well?
Yeah, well, that was the third quarter was great. I was most pleased with our defense because our defense often leads into the stuff you just mentioned, open threes and maybe a lucky three. But I just felt like our defense was so much more active in the second half than it was in the first, and that helped us kind of get going finally because we were kind of stuck in mud there for most of the first half.
If anybody had told you at any point in the season that Andrew Bogut would have a better three-point percentage than Stephen Curry, what would you have said to that person?
He's obviously 1 for 1 now. Is that? We may have to draw up a couple plays for Bogues now. We'll see. But he messes around in practice, and he's actually a pretty good shooter. If he just lets it fly, he can make shots. It's just not what he's thinking about out there. He just wants to block shots and get assists and do his thing. But I actually would like him to shoot the ball more. I think he can make those. Maybe not the threes, but.
Steve, what was your reaction when he lined up that shot and then he hit it? It looked like
it was like a horrific offensive possession. I think we were trying to run a play, but we were all out of whack and we had nothing going. And so he obviously just bailed us out, and it seemed to energize the team. The bench was going crazy, the crowd was going nuts. So one of those lucky plays that kind of gets you going.
Maybe it's starting all over again. Manute Bol and the Parquet, tell them the story at Boston Garden. Nearly going for his 500th victory.
We drop a play late in the game. We're going from the right side. Nudi's up on top and Mully's on the left. And the ball's going to go from Timmy to Mitch to Mully. The ball never got to Mully. Right there. He launches it from about 35 feet, and we're yelling. We're yelling from the bench. No, 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 and he's going crazy.
Wait a minute. I see Mike Schuler, and I see
now we're giving
Sadley. High-fiving the Bobcat. That's Tom Tolbert.
Yeah.
The young Tommy Abdenauer. Look at that. Stuff. Look at those guys. Just Rod Higgins there, just kids. Sharunas Marciulionis. And that's what started the legend of Manute Bol, the three-point shooting.
Well, he'd play everybody one-on-one. And he'd start backing it down. He'd throw the fadeaways and on. He'd start talking stuff. I mean, he was amazing. One of the greats ever.
All right. Andrew Bogut is 2 for 2 as a Warrior. Manute Bol shot 20% on his 3, so
don't
let's
say
see.
that.
No, Andrew, just keep blocking shots and move the ball from up top. All right, we are going to go inside the Warrior locker room. You'll hear a lot more on the 60-6 Golden State Warriors as they beat Elvin Gentry all 3 times this year. And, of course, coming back, we are going to do.
We should call your mom, tell her we're going to be late.
All right, let's check out the highlight zone. And, of course, the birthday boy's got to lead it off, Stanley on his 28th. Little switch with the unibrow. Let's feed him off the dribble with a bank and 1.
Just gorgeous. Sees the mismatch. Can't get the 3 off. Takes him left, uses left shoulder, and finishes right with a little kiss off the glass.
Here's the play of the night.
Here it is.
Bogut get that right foot behind. He didn't toe that line, did he? Don't take the 3 away now.
Gotta get those big puppies off the line.
He made it. It's a 3, his 3rd career.
Look at those
3.
guys.
Look at Varejao. They can't believe it. You gotta love it. He got behind the line. Nice arc. Stately. Look at him holding out there like a shooter.
Through. He's holding it.
He's striking a pose.
Big fella.
Leandro Barbosa. Gets the unibrow in the air.
Look at this.
Little kick out to the corner. How quick is Steph going to get that one off?
Oh, my gosh.
That was like a touch shot. You have a touch pass? Look at this one.
Watch his heels.
Boop,
Can you see it?
Boop, yep.
Just got the toes down.
Looked like Ray Allen in Game 6 against the Spurs. Sean Elliott with a famous Memorial Day miracle. Speaking of Sean Elliott and the Spurs, we'll see him on Saturday doing Spurs TV. And it's a 4-game edge now. They played the exact same amount of games, 66 on the year. The Warriors have a 4-game lead over the San Antonio Spurs in the loss column, and we'll see them on Saturday night. Let's get reaction right now. Klay Thompson made a couple of threes, 7 of 11 shooting, and scored 18 points tonight.
They threw us off a little bit with their scheme in the beginning. You know, they were trying to switch everything 1 through 5, and not gonna lie, kind of threw us off for a second. But I think once we were patient enough and played with more thrust and decided to get the ball in the paint and play from there, I think that's what activated our offense.
Seems like you guys got your rhythm back. Are you guys clicking exactly where you want to be at this point of the season, Klay?
Still some things we need to improve on, especially focus. You know, it's easy to look down the road, but we still got some games left. We still want to finish out strong. And but right now we're playing well. We played great tonight. Every win in this league is a great win. So, or every win in this league is a great win. So, you know, another game Wednesday, can't relax. You know, it's a tough schedule right now.
Bogut's 3, what was more impressive, the shot or the follow-through?
The shot, you know, Bogut can shoot. People don't know that. And he's got great form for a 7-footer. So I wasn't that shocked when he went in. I was happy for him, though.
Steve said Draymond motivated the team at halftime. Shot defense. What did you see in the first half, and how did you guys turn that around?
We were just kind of lethargic, playing on our heels. The second half, we were in the passing lanes. We were activated on defense, trying to, you know, make it tough on them in the post and not give them easy looks. And I think that's when we get out in transition and when our defense is clicking, our offense is going to come through.
What does a second consecutive 60-win season mean to you?
Ooh, it's pretty amazing. Can't take it for granted. It's been a lot of hard work to get here, and hopefully, you know, it's not the last one. There's many more to come.
Is it more difficult to maintain focus when you're taking on a team that has struggled throughout the season, knowing that you can get away with a few things?
It can be. I mean, it just depends on the day, really. But can't go through the motions at all in this league. I mean, they have one of the best players in the league in Anthony Davis and a lot of other good players, so you can't relax at all. That's a team we know. That was a playoff team last year, and they got most of their roster back. So it was an easy game to get focused for once we got our rhythm going.
All right, the Warriors have lost 6 games all year. Since January 20th, the Knicks have won 6 games, and they have lost 18. What happened to this team? I thought they were going to make the playoffs. We'll get you ready, and we'll hear from Mo Buckets.
Oh, man.
Let's go places.
Never get used to it, but it's a blessing to be up here. Blessing to be able to help this championship team win games, so it's a blessing.
Buckets, what kept you positive, even when you weren't getting a lot of playing time? Now that you're getting playing time, it's obvious you're having a good time out there. How did you stay positive?
Well, I've been through it. I went through it last year, and Coach is always good at communicating with me, knowing that the bigger picture at the end is winning the championship. So I know he always say people got to sacrifice, and I'm willing to sacrifice the win of the championship. So when my name is called, I'm going to go out there and play. If not, I'm just cheer my teammates on, keep getting ready for the next opportunity I get.
You know, it looked like a mismatch on paper, and it was also a mismatch on the court. It hasn't always been that way. You guys struggled against the Lakers, didn't look great against Phoenix. What did it mean to get your rhythm back and win a game big that you should have won big?
Well, we played better, but we still turned the ball over 8 times, so we just got to get turnovers down, and after we get those down and play good defense, then we'll be complete. But we got more games to prove before the playoffs, so we'll be all right.
What type of speech did Draymond Green give at the half?
Just saying when we rolling, when we playing defense how we used to play, that's when we are our best. But when we leave guys out there on the island playing one-on-one, then our defense hurt. But second half we went out there and helped our teammates, and they're turning the ball over a lot.
Are you trying to put an exclamation point on these victories with those three-pointers at the end?
Well, the fans like it, so if you up big, I'm going to shoot it every time.
What do you think of Andrew's three?
Oh, nice. He can shoot it. I don't know why he don't shoot. Nah, I ain't going to say he can shoot the threes, but he can shoot. He got a nice touch, but I guess he's just a confident thing.
All right, speaking of shooting it every time, our Honda drive ahead, Carmelo Anthony is coming to Oracle Arena, and he's bringing his 20-year-old Latvian rookie, Kristaps Porzingis, overall having a good year, beginning to slide a little bit. You see that Knicks record. On January the 20th, they were 22-22, Sadely. They were the talk of the league. They've gone 6-18 since. Derek Fisher's lost his job. Kurt Rambis, the former Santa Clara Bronco, has taken over. So what has happened to the New York Knickerbockers here?
You know, their perimeter play hasn't been real strong. The guards, Follows had a good year, but the point guard position's been a struggle for them. And it's just they haven't been cohesive trying to run the triangle. They're trying to still implement Phil Jackson's offense, and they've just got maybe page 1, 2, and 3, and it's a probably 50-page book. They need more talent on the floor.
Porzingis got off to a great start. He was the talk of the league. He had a really poor game about a week ago in Denver. Yeah. His shot's not been falling. But overall, we're going to see him for the first time at Oracle. We saw him at the Garden back in late January. He's 7 threes, kind of like Manute Bol, Sean Bradley. But he can make a three. He can block a shot on one end and shoot the ball. What are the Warriors up against on Wednesday night with this guy?
I'm shaking my head. Have you ever gone in the yard and found a praying mantis, you know, with those long arms kind of things? This guy is so long. You just can't believe it. He comes out of nowhere and just swats it. And I love his composure. He's got a touch from 15 feet. He hasn't been overwhelmed by the New York City environment. And he's going to be a real bright piece to their future. And can he keep the pace of a Warrior game? That's what I'm interested in.
Final game of a 5-game homestand. The Warriors have been home for like a week and a half, and they came in off the loss to the Lakers in the 24-turnover game. But their game is really starting to dial in. At times, we're seeing them play breathtakingly beautiful basketball on this homestand.
I thought the defense tonight was superb. Got them out in the open floor when they were kind of close in that first period. Second period, they had that late run, and then the third and fourth quarter, just terrific. A lot of shot making. They cut down on the turnovers in the second half. Really a real solid performance. No reason why we won't see it again Wednesday.
Why not? They haven't lost a game all year. They won their last 18. Let me see. I'm losing track here.
Here we go.
Maybe Feldy and Fareed can help me. They just keep winning and winning and winning. You guys know exactly how many in a row they've won at home. I can't keep track.
Can you read this?
There it is.
49
wins, 0 losses.
Thank you.
We made the numbers very big, Papa, so you could read them.
Even I can see that.
You can see it from way over there.
I mean, that's easy to do a post-game show when they win all the time, right? I mean, it's all good stuff, and
although
not that their job is easy.
In fairness, Saints in a good mood, win or lose.
So we'll talk more about the Dubs game. We'll go into Monty Poole, hear from